I could have sworn I I fucked up.
That's okay, baby.
Here, that's the exact one. I even pulled up the poke. I think I put his down, and then I forgot to put yours down, so I think I put yours down on top of his on accident.
I mean, I think he would like me being on top of him, but that's just me. It is every time, Liru. It is every single time.
No Hormy.
Let's see, is my game capture going? Yes, it is.
Alright, mission files starting. We're gonna have to get into it in a second. One thing you want to hear something stupid I've started doing, though?
Sure.
I propose a 5-video-a-day upload regimen.
I saw you do that, and I thought to myself, that is never gonna last. But I hope that he goes for it, because it's good to try and push yourself, push your limits, that kind of thing. But Jesus Christ.
So I'm also looking at converting the short into just smaller highlights, because I've noticed the CPM has like murdered my channel. Like I lost $60 for a day. And I can't really have that happen with wanting to pay the mortgage. So I'm gonna post a few mini highlights, not in the short format, see if the CPM goes back up, and if it's still tanking, then I know it's just some weird outside factor, and I still have like 4, and then I'll just keep making it that way. But I'm thinking, worst comes to worst. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's interesting that your CPM is going down with those shorts, because those things. Do you think it might just be the length of them, because they're getting?
Well, it's shorts to see
CPM
for shorts in general is like half to a third of what most people make on YouTube. So like my CPM is usually after YouTube's cut like anywhere from like $2 to $3, but the shorts are like 60 to 70 cents.
Interesting. Because I remember actually I was like the short that I put out the other week was like one of the better. Like it has like almost 2,000 views, which is more than most of my videos. And but then I was looking at the monetization thing, and that actually doesn't count for the progress towards monetization for whatever reason. So that kind of makes sense.
Because it's its own separate entity, and it's still in beta, quote unquote. But
but they're pushing it and like making it force the algorithm anyway. But we're pushed in if you want to.
But I've noticed it like it doesn't always work. They're actually like starting to mess around with it more. But anyway, we have started the round, so we'll go ahead and get started.
Sure.
Hello everyone, Weewoo and Barb here. It's time for another round of Friday Night Fights. This is the
what are you other than streaming for a living? I actually just got a job.
And 3
with well,
I'm
not going to say what, but it's in this kind of field. Video editing and computers.
The first round is going to be a start between Blue 4 and Green 4. Blue 4 is attacking 3 Green 4 controlled sectors. And Barb, what do we have to work with here? Why don't you start with Blue 4?
So yes, the attacking Blue 4 side are Marine, NATO Marines wearing the Marpat Desert Camo, carrying 416s, looks like actually M27 IARs, M4s, that kind of thing. And interestingly enough, I'm looking over at Corporal Cole over on Delta 2. His auto rifle is, just an M27 IAR, which is with a C-Mag. So no M249, but instead just a heavy barrel, Crayon Eater Special. These things actually were made by, or they just had a shipment not too long ago. It kind of made the rounds on the internet as a meme, because this rifle company down here in Georgia made a batch and was like, all right, you Crayon Eaters, we'll make these idiot proof for you. And it's just just fully diving into it, and it was on
See, I can't tell though if it's the RHS.
Yeah, thank you, Robot. I'm starting it in 2 weeks.
Or the vanilla. It looks like the RHS texture though, but
days. I think so too. I think it's the
I think
RHS.
that's the 150, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. We'll see.
But I mean, it's a new weapon platform. I haven't seen that in FNF yet, so should be good.
Other than that,
yep, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, otherwise we have 2 MRZRs that can fit 6 people each. Those will probably be for the X-ray team. We have 3 up-armored Humvees. You can tell they're up-armored by the bulging windows and the silver-lined interior. With the fully encapsulated gun turret, each of them having a 240 in 7.62 NATO. And then we've got a ton of open Humvees, both that can fit 6 people, and then the bench seats, which I think can fit 8, maybe 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I think 8. But yeah, plenty of transport.
I think those Humvees are 8 people total, but...
So yeah,
Could
pretty
be wrong.
standard stuff. Matt is going to be the Carl Gustav on, I believe it was Swola who has it today. And yeah, we have everyone having fun in the jail.
Yeah, I
You
see
never want to
that.
see Marines mixed in with a jail. That's not a good time.
All
Hey,
right,
Abs.
looking over to the green force side, past the 3 sectors, they're spawning right by the 3rd. They appear to be, this is Iranian desert camo. I know this because I've actually used this as a winter camo in a few operations,
Yes.
because in RHS, this is the whitest camo you're going to get. But besides the point, we have, they also have a 211,
Exactly, not a weeb.
or excuse me, Mark 17 for their marksman, interesting enough, but it appears they have nearly identical weaponry with M16A3s for like 5.56 base platforms, but they have M249s instead.
Yes, they do have the saws. Both are 5.56, the blue 4 and green 4 auto riflemen, but the M249s will have either 100 or 200 round boxes. I'm pretty sure those are the 200 rounds.
Those are 200 round boxes. There's no 100 round boxes for the 249. They're the soft pouches. And
soft patches, yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right.
So another thing I'm noticing, they have the RPG-32 for their MAT team weapon. That's going to be operated by
Hey, Batman, FNF is going good. We have a full server of 120 players.
PKM
I think
gases
63
and the,
versus 57.
AGSs are unscripted, so they don't work. And then for transport, they have a bunch of vanilla off-road, some with camo, some civilian, and then some UAZs for 7-man transport as well.
Yeah, so I'm thinking this is meant to be kind of a NATO versus Pakistan army kind of vibe. If I remember correctly, I think the Cup units for Pakistan army actually use 5.56 in NATO gear, so I think that this is what it's reminiscent of. Hey, someone.
So it's basically just a caliber mirror match, with the exception of an advantage going to green 4 because they've got 50 to 100 extra rounds in their magazines per machine gunner. Or I guess technically auto rifleman, because the machine gunner would be classified as the 240 Bravo gunners. But either way, blue 4 does have the 10-man numbers advantage, and
I think it's more like 5. It was only 10%, and if I remember correctly, it was 63 to 57. I think that was the last total that I saw.
Yeah, so a 5-man numbers advantage, I mean, that could still make the difference, but Blue 4 does have an extra vehicle to crew, so
Padman, we were talking the other day, this probably is a group that gets like 120 people, or sorry, 240 people.
Do you want to go over the sectors now?
Sure, before I do though, I would like to mention, I really think that Blue 4 has the advantage with their equipment, specifically because of those Humvees. Those things are very well armored, both in the cabin, the engine, the gunner, everything. The gunner's head is poking out, but if he's looking at you, it's a hard target to hit. So
one thing I do have to say though over that advantage is, especially when we get there, Sector 3 is in between 2 large hills. It's actually a third as well.
I don't know, Pat.
So if
I really
Blue
don't.
4 baits a group above the Humvee, a top-down attack will easily be able to kill that gunner just by getting a headshot, because it's going to go over a lot of that armor. But it's going to have to be a target of opportunity, especially considering that there's 3 blue 4 Humvees. So that's going to be a difficult scenario to get.
How many rockets does the RPG gunner have on green 4? Is it like 3 or 4?
3 on him and then 3 on his assistant, so 6 total.
So he's got 2 shots for each of Humvee, assuming 1 hit will take it out. And 1 hit will probably like disable it, but you'd probably need 2 to fully destroy it. Make it so
exactly.
But let's get on to those sectors.
All right.
Sector 1 is an oil field on the plains.
It's a big one.
Yeah, it's a nice big one. Just to the east of the Razman airport. Nice and open area. The way that sector defense works is as long as there is 1 green 4 man alive in this sector, blue 4 attacking in this scenario cannot take it. They need to just get 1 man in and have clear all of green 4 out and man the sector, and it will go. But yeah, this is pretty open. There are a few structures. The oil rigs themselves are have somewhat decent eyes at the expense of making yourself a very visible target.
I will say the I forget what the oil towers are called themselves, but some of them do have some pretty nice perimeters that Green 4
Derek's?
using fortified tools. Derek's, that's it. They could
Brandon
use the
Aston, thank
fortified
you for the
tool
follow.
to finish these perimeters and make them into little miniature outposts.
Mm-hmm.
The one issue with that, though, is most of this area is very open, but if Green 4 were to set up a team on the hilltop at 089114 over at hill point 2264, they could have some really good Overwatch eyes for everything minus their immediate northern flank where a little valley kind of comes in. But
Mm-hmm.
putting AT up here would definitely help to stop any rushes.
It just
And putting
decided
any
not to work
marksmen
today,
up here would
Spiky. I
also
don't
be
know.
really
I
helpful.
might have to
I
go and
remember
get
the
a new
last
one.
time
Or get an actual one.
there's a Takistan offense defensive op. This was a while ago. It was that custom one where they were supposed to blow up those structures and they were kind of glitching out.
Mm-hmm. The ones Firuzabad and the refinery and over there, right?
Even further back, it was a giant open area. To the north, I believe. Near Nagara, to the west of that. Actually, no, it was a Nagara oil field towards the north. It was a sector control or something like that.
That must have been a while
with,
ago, yeah.
an OFCRA one, which was something similar in the AO, but
yeah,
no,
Spiky.
for this
I tried to
one,
reset my computer and everything, but just no dice.
the defending faction
Let's
was
work for me.
able to hold
I don't have
because
to
they
dress
just,
up.
used all the giant open areas as kill zones.
Yeah.
So if Green 4 can do something similar with that in Sector 1, they could easily do an everyone, what is it? What do I call
All
it?
eggs in one
All
basket.
eggs in one basket defense approach, and just completely lock down Sector 1. But in order to do that, it's going to require a lot of their resources. And I think especially for a round 1 opener, I don't think we're going to see that necessarily.
So we only have about 5.5 minutes left, so I'll move quickly to Sector 2.
We got time. We got time.
Yeah, I know, but I just want to go ahead and make sure we have everything settled. Sector 2 is the Sagram oil fields, noticing a trend. This one's a lot more compact. These are more just oil cisterns and pipelines running through, into the ground, into the Takistan, scenery, that kind of thing. This is nice and compact, for better or for worse. These cisterns, you can climb up on top of them, and if they get here in time, they could fortify these with sandbags and such, dig trenches around the whole area, kind of reinforce the fences, that kind of thing. But this,
I don't like Zayo at all, to be honest.
No, the big hill to the west and northwest, exactly where Blue Fort would be coming in, would just turn this whole area into a fucking shooting range.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of cover here to work with. I get maybe having a squad come in and fortify the building to at least hold that out, and then the fenced perimeter can help against thunder runs, but if a squad were to deploy and push it, it would get taken very easily. I would definitely throw this objective. Just because, I mean, if the perimeter fence was solid, for example, maybe, but it's negated by the steep hills to the east and the west that would be able to easily look over this. There's just way too much room here to actually do any fortifications without some serious building in the area.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like they are starting to move out of Sector 3, but so maybe they'll move to 1 or 2, check those out as they come up on 4 minutes left. But Sector 3 itself is the town of Zavarak. It's a nice, pretty decently urban town, lots of tight corridors. The sector itself is over on the northeast side. It's these kind of more stone and more, I guess, traditional.
Where all these buildings are coming out of.
Yeah, this is the sector itself. This position itself isn't bad. We do have Alpha up here on the hill to the east, point 2181. That is going to be actually, we see Scandi up here, as well as, well, actually, let me check a look. Bravo 2, we have Lusad, Mike, Valenti, some good names that I actually haven't seen in a minute, as well as, of course, Scandi holding up here. This is a good Overwatch to make sure that the outlying areas are clear and watch for anything incoming from there. But yeah, I feel like a hold from the city itself before the sector would be very useful, but I kind of cut you off. Go ahead.
I could see them doing a giant city defense, but again, it's an all eggs in one basket defensive strategy. Because if you let Blue 4 come in and get their foot in the door by actually getting forces down in the city, it's going to be nearly impossible to get them out. So you could, by sending a squad to all the different areas of the city and then having
close my door,
an Overwatch group where they already have Alpha
FNF
and a Bravo element on, I could see that working really well. But the AO, again, it's too big for one squad to hold. especially with all of the buildings right next to it that are outside the sector. I could easily see Blue 4 push in, deploy a large force, and overpower a garrison here. So this is a little worrisome, though, because I'm seeing Green 4 deploying a lot of forces to the south at Sector 2.
And they also put their truck.
And,
well, they need
yeah.
to they're just sending people out to see these AOs. They're a little late to the party, I think, and maybe they're going to do what you said, have a few people out to just hold off some of the instant captures. Because if there's no Green 4 in the sector, the moment a Blue 4, a rifleman takes a step into the corner, that sector is gone for Green 4. So they're going to check these out. Hopefully they see, maybe not this place, but the number of people they're sending down, I don't know.
Well, with all the fortifications they've already built, though, and the amount of time that's remaining, I think it's clear they're probably going to forego Sector 1, but in my honest opinion, I think Sector 1 was the best choice to just build the fortifications on it and prevent any Blue 4 forces from coming in because of all of the open ground and the very limited cover, you know?
Yeah, I think they, if they were going to do that, they needed to move out very quickly, and they decided to more take their time and plan out, looking at the map, which is, good in its own right. But in this case, I am inclined to agree with you. I think that it would have been better for them to, if they had fully committed to Sector 1, I think it would have been a very hard nut to crack, especially if they worked with the terrain, like you said, .2264 and everything like that, reinforcing some of these oil derricks, that kind of thing.
And considering the track record, the two desert ops that I fondly remember is, again, that one I already mentioned. And do you remember the Sharpur defense, where the attacking faction got totally annihilated, and the only way they were able to get their foot in the door was by doing a very elaborate flank, attacking an angle that wasn't defended? It's the same strategy here. If you can catch the hostile force in the open and do fortifications properly, you can easily kick everyone's ass, and you've got the fortified tools to do it, but they're gonna really go for wow, it's going to be, let me do a quick head count here, a major minor defense, the major defense being in Sector 3, the minor defense being at Sector 2, and then opting to let go of Sector 1, which is a pretty common strat when you're given 3 objectives. So you can more easily focus on 2 areas compared to 1.
When is any Titans playing next? Not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
I mean, Blue 4 was already in a pincer strategy here, and it actually looks like, let me do another quick head count. Just Delta and Camo with Platoon 2. They're also doing a major minor, in which case I prefer to call this a strong claw, weak claw pincer maneuver. Strong claw is going to go attack Sector 3, and the weak claw is going to go to Sector 2, so it's...
And
it's just luck of the draw that this is actually going to be like a perfect counter to
what they're actually
doing.
Yeah, exactly. What they're doing, though, actually, this major group to the north, them coming in from the north side, kind of avoiding the obvious quagmire that would be fighting over open plains that are, maybe about half a kilometer wide over on the west side of Sector 1. Instead, coming in and trying to attack that those points 2237 and 2264 from the north, take those positions over from that side, and then move into the sector. They might actually also get eyes on Sector 3 from there. This is non-sequential, so they don't have to go 1, 2, 3. They could go 3, 1, 2 if they wanted to. Doesn't matter. But
one quick benefit, though, is Green 4
saw that line. I thought maybe these guys were out of bounds.
Is going to have eyes on these vehicles as they come down in the ridge, because I think they're going to try to dismount in the valley here, or they're going to stop short and I guess attack Sector 1 from this far northern group, so I am starting to see groups dismount here. But X-Ray is already going to go in that valley, or just completely go around.
Yeah, they're hugging the barricade of the map. Yeah, what you were talking about on Shapur, hugging the map border and just going along the furthest flank they possibly could. This will be good for the X-Ray team. The marksman is Riccardi, 48, a name I don't really recognize. But he's got, the SR-25 with a Mark 11, so he'll be able to do some work. If they come up on the north side of Scandi up here, like, say, .2206, they will have the elevation advantage and a relatively close distance, good enough for a marksman to engage from. So we'll see. We'll try to keep an eye on that.
So it looks like Blue 4 is opening up that strong claw, weak claw pincer on Sector 1 itself. You're actually starting to see forces deploy around it and try to figure out if Green 4 has any forces here. I completely understand this attack because again, the last times we saw open area attacks like this, if Blue 4 did not, excuse me, if the attacking faction did not commit their entire force to taking the fight, it would just get messy. And that's exactly what happened with Shapur. They had no choice but to send a force around because it was all open territory to fight the defended areas. And then the Takistani one, I remember, they only sent half their force to an objective that was very similar to this, and they got absolutely decimated. And on both sides, actually. So,
Down, real quick, down the middle, we do have Pierce, who is he actually the marksman? Yes, he is the green form marksman. He's looking over sector 1 right now, and he's seeing a lot of movement. So they're gonna be calling that up, saying that they're moving in and they're taking it now. Or I guess once they pop out. But Navy, Bassbeard, all of them in the Humvee, they need to actually get out of the car. But once they do, they will be
dismount.
Yep.
They're doing a bit of a wild weasel right here to make sure it's safe.
And they're using the right vehicle for it too. That up armored Humvee, absolutely.
One. So they're slowing down. They're gonna eventually come to a stop right on the edge, and then
maybe not.
There it is. All right. So Coda jumped out of another Humvee to the north. That was Alpha 1.
So that's
just to verify
1.
that that's clear.
Yep. That's
Again, I don't agree with Green Force strat here, but let me actually look at who's fighting who here. It appears to be Resurgence as Blue 4 Command. That order might be Rondo, but usually they're stacked on the front, and he is fighting Stanners in Green 4 Command. Interesting. Stanners is usually
we have our first shots opening up south. Yeah, south side towards sector 2. One of those armed Humvees opening up on the fortifications on the ridge to the west of sector 2.
Yep.
This is a good way to mitigate that problem. Like I said, that whole ridgeline looking down into the sector itself would turn it into an absolute, just a firing range. So taking that ridge for themselves and digging in as best they can, not a bad choice. Making the best of a bad situation.
So that is Foxtrot 1, which does have one of the machine guns for the 240 Bravo. So they can do a lot of damage, but those up-armored Humvees are going to easily be able to take those rounds.
Agreed.
Now you're having X-Ray getting shot at, and I think X-Ray's gunner was just picked off.
Schneider, the gunner is dead as a doornail. Pierce is taking shots with his Mark 11. I'm going to take a look at Blue 4 X-Ray as well. Yeah, they went to that.
Those gases, is they're a lot more exposed. So I'm not surprised that in that hail of bullets, he took one to the face.
So
back to my point, I'm surprised Sanders didn't capitalize on the first sector. He was around for those other two, but I guess he just doesn't recall, and he thought that he had a better strat with holding 2 and 3. But now you're going to start seeing the northern, the Strawn pincer. It's going to go into the valley, or it's going to go to where X-Ray dismounted and attack from the far north, trying to bypass these Green 4 defense lines because there is no fortifications to the north, minus a few just small ones, but it's going to completely circumvent that defense line.
Yeah, they definitely focused on the the immediate side, but they really hadn't thought much of the flank. Koak there is now starting to build some trenches looking to the north. I don't think they came under fire because otherwise we see a hander just sitting down. Weird to see him not in a. He's got a light AT, but he doesn't have the RPG 32.
He finally had to give it to somebody else for a round.
Finally. But yeah, so this attack angle on Sector 3 is going to, attack the weak side of the fortifications. They'll be able to take this hill, use those very same fortifications in an attack onto the sector itself. The sector's right there on the northeast side, and it should be, if it all goes well, it should be an easy win for Blue for this sector, and we'll see how well they hold for Sector 2 down south.
I mean, I think this is just going to be a textbook counter because you have the majority of Blue Force forces going to where majority of the Green Forces defenders are. A minority of the Blue Force forces going to where minority of the Green Force forces are. I think just Blue Force is going to be able to overpower both sides. We see Foxtrot for Green Force starting to pull back.
They're doing the French special, pulling back when they haven't really taken many casualties. So they're going to start pulling back and, I guess, starting to fortify the oil facility itself.
I think they did that because they saw the Blue 4 Vix pull south from Sector 1, and then they know they could potentially come under a flank, so they're going to pull into the sector itself to try to hold it. The one issue with that, though, is without outside positions for Green 4 to overwatch on, Blue 4 now has total control to hit this objective.
Yep.
But I see a lot of movement now from Blue 4. They might reposition these units to go attack Sector 3, because one of the best things Blue 4 can do now is identify that both sectors are under defense, rally all their forces to attack one sector at a time and just completely overpower.
This is a beautiful distraction from Blue 4 Charlie 2. Over there to the west, popping smoke, driving around their Humvees, wild weaseling in that same way that the Humvee did, and it's drawing a lot of fire. And it's the perfect distraction, bringing a lot of attention to the west.
Blue 4 force,
taking the attention away from them. We do have Infidel and the rest of Scandi up here. You know, kind of, they're holding the back line. They know to keep their head on a swivel. They're like, yeah, that's too little. That's not enough people to really warrant much attention. So we'll see if they
looking
can.
Right on that ridge, though. He's good for spotting skylines, I would hope, because he's one of the old guard from TSB, where What's That still did heavy training. And I know Infidel attended quite a few of those, so hopefully Green 4 will still be able to spot this attack coming from the north.
Yeah, it's going to depend on how well they do this. X-Ray, they obviously haven't opened fire yet. They've maintained their cover, but we could see that change very soon.
Real quick, Barb, because I'm being asked in chat. Do you remember on your FNF, what were your frames like when you played on the ground? Mine never went below 30. Like they were really good.
I was pretty good.
Yeah, so because it's, only a PvP scenario, you are expected to get a really, the optimal frames for what your computer can handle, and it
AI is going to be the main. I mean, Arma isn't optimized, but AI are going to be the CPU sync in addition to the terrain, objects, scripting, etc. But it's that backside, the client side and the server side calculations that are doing that, and that's mainly the AI.
Bravo 2 for Green 4 just spotted Layden on his own in the valley, took a shot on him, managed to score a hit, but no kill. But back to the point.
Yeah, that's still looking west. Go ahead.
Yeah, usually the number one pull for frames is players, and then AI, and then scripts. But sometimes scripts can go ahead of both of those, depending on how complex they are.
Oh, you mean how poorly done they are? They recur every single second.
If they're not optimized, but
or every single frame.
Usually for FNF, the frames are really, really good, and if they're not, they'll pull the plug on the round and go to something else.
Yeah, so, if they're not, obviously if it's like 20, 30 frames, they'll keep it going. But I mean, right now I'm getting 30 to 50, depending on where I look.
Yeah. By the way, Flying Finn, he's got his binos out and he's trying to peek out. I think they spotted Blue 4 X-Ray on this far hill, because I also heard a pot shot go out. So this Blue 4 group might have been detected, but only X-Ray, not the entire force. But that's going to make all of Green 4 start looking in that direction again. They're also prepping a gas, and
at the very least,
starting to look in this direction.
At the very least, it's going to have Scandi start looking up this way. With that AGS, it is, again, unscripted to have no ammo, but I wonder if they could use that scope on it. It does have some magnification, similar to an LRAS system, but I don't know. Shots going out over Blue 4 X-Ray's head, so they have been spotted. They are immediately pulling back, and also Command got a little too far forward there. He's taking fire.
Oh, we just got shot in the back of the head.
Yep, that was research. Yeah, that was a mistake on his part. He was way ahead and skylined on the peak of the tallest hill in the area. Not the brightest decision.
Recon, but now you've got Delta 1 Platoon 2 HQ rushing down where Bravo 2 is. They're firing into a building complex thinking that the hostiles are right there. Now they're getting flanked by Killer, who's trying to score the headshot.
And we have Golf
now. They are unable to.
We have Golf now for
starting to charge over. This is Blue 4's massive attack. They
but Green 4 Golf, Leeward, Green 4 Golf is pushed up in the gas over to the right. We do have a lot of Humvees. I'm gonna check real quick if any of them are the armed ones, but I don't think so, because these are all the transport ones. So the gas is gonna have pretty choice
if it
pickings.
notices A1 pushing up on the its left,
it just did,
and mow them all down.
Gas stopped. It's turning around. Yep.
But Blue 4 have deployed their entirety of Alpha right on top of the objective. They're trying to go for a rush play here. You're seeing some small explosives going off. I think these are just GL rounds.
That was a rocket. And yeah, no, Bravo 2 getting absolutely decimated. Mike is down, and Lusad and Killer taking fire.
Meanwhile, Alpha 1 for Blue 4.
I say that, but they're actually all still up.
Is that what you're just talking about?
Yeah, the Bravo 2 guys down in the circle, encircled a little bit. Or at the very least, cut off.
No. Okay, so, sorry, I just want to make sure I wasn't repeating what you said.
Yeah.
Alpha 1 Blue 4, that Vic did a quick dismount. AT guy just took a shot. I think... Oh, he had to have missed, but that was very, very close. That Gaz is now pushing up and shooting out the people in that Humvee.
I will in a second.
Driver is down.
Once I show y'all what I'm doing.
Down in that Vic. That car's still driving, though. It's going to run over that prone guy. It just pushed him instead. It got caught on his feet.
Explosive charge goes up over by Delta for Blue 4. A little bit off target. I don't think that got anyone. Did destroy the building, though. So yeah, Sector 2 defense, they're holding steady, which is, I think is the right call. But Blue 4 needs to get the let out. We do have Coda and Alpha 1.
On a different angle, though.
Alpha 1, Coda, they've been caught out by the Gaz. They're taking some hits. X-Ray are fleeing further to the east. And so Gaz might go mobile and try and take out that X-Ray team. But I think they should try and stay closer to home and not get dragged out. Because that is a powerful asset, even if it's, relatively underpowered compared to those up-armored Humvees.
Platoon 1 HQ for Green 4 just tried to drive back into town, but it turned around because Bassbeard's M240 Humvee was driving down the street. It didn't notice that car, though, instead opted to shoot at some of Alpha Green 4's infantry and actually managed to score a kill. Still have some of Bravo 2 alive back here, but they've pulled back, and that's allowing Blue 4 some more room to maneuver in here.
For Arcor. He's one of the few Green 4 casualties so far.
Speaking of casualties...
Excuse me.
Green 4's taken a good handful of casualties so far.
A good handful, but, not a ton compared to how much fire.
Not as much as Blue 4, though.
Yeah. And then I think, honestly, though... I don't know if that's... Ooh, another charge goes off.
Yep, that was right in front of Blue 4's position. Not sure if it scored anything.
I'm looking around, but I'm not seeing any bodies.
Sure. Now you're having legal action breach in.
Yep.
Again, so these are the UPSC guys.
That was a satchel charge. That was a satchel charge thrown by illegal action.
Oh, dear.
Takes down 2 buildings, no casualties, but takes away the defensive capabilities. Yeah.
An exposed fault. He's getting shot at. Legal action trades with them.
Yes, and so I just noticed something interesting. Legal action also had those C-Mags, so I'm guessing the auto rifleman passed some of those out to some people for just to help spread that out. Yeah.
Smart call. Now you got Baskier driving back and forth, firing into the main building that Green 4's holding from.
Yep, Stalin's on the gun.
Get more demo specialists up there and throw more satchel charges. They can just nuke all the buildings and force Green 4.
It's not water and whiskey. I don't have. It's 2 separate things. Okay. Plus, I do like my whiskey on the rocks.
There's a lot of wild cards right now. Blue 4
most of the time chilled, but we don't have room in our freezer, so I just settle with ice.
Very good effects with those, driving around and catching.
And yeah, there's a bottle of Buffalo Trace at the shop today.
But so far, Green 4 has been able to repel a lot of Blue 4's movement. But we're seeing Blue 4 pulling back to some of their Vics, and they're actually heading west now. I think they're going to follow where Blue 4 Alpha has gone through, get down into the low ground, and then come around and rely on the fact that Green 4's Alpha and Bravo elements on the hill are just getting too suppressed to react to it, especially by a new element that's entered the fray, which is Blue 4 Charlie with their M240 gunner, and they also have their AT up here as well.
So these were the guys, this Prozyon, Mal, and SL Dream, these are TSB guys and some other people. We got Tarnfalk, STS as well, so these are good players. These are the ones running the distraction early on, bringing that attention to the west of Sector 3 so that Blue 4 can make this big push on the north side that unfortunately was ineffective. Golf is also shooting at, I think that's Alpha 2, Alpha 1 actually, way up to the east. And meanwhile, down south, X-Ray has actually fully maneuvered down there, and they're doing some recon.
Down there.
Yeah, just doing some recon, getting eyes on.
The one worry I have now for Blue 4 is if they spend too long trying to hit this objective, they might not have enough time nor manpower to hit the other one. Because Green 4 has put a lot of forces down south. But for the most part, they've been able to hold this and score some more casualties off of Blue 4 than I think Blue 4 would have liked. I think go ahead.
No, I was mistaken. You can go ahead. Sorry.
So that's kind of in point between Blue
Buffalo's
4
smoothing up Dog
did a
Rocks
thunder
and,
run with Alpha.
interesting.
And
I've never
quite a
had
few
it before.
casualties getting this foot in the door. It's had a building collapse in front of Vonk, but I think it was just from bullets. And then one of the Gazes caught the other half of Alpha for Alpha 2 out in the open with an open Vic and managed to score a few casualties.
Stalin and Baspy just doing wild weasels up and down the street next to the sector.
Yep.
Trying to spray in
They're
those
trying
windows.
to catch people out of position just to eliminate them.
Yep, but they're not stopping either, not slowing down. Lots of fire going in, but it's gonna have to take a lucky shot to take that gunner out, or some AT to hit it. And yeah, I'm impressed at the stoicism of the people down in Sector 2. I don't know if that's command or if they're just working together, planning that out. But whatever the case is, yeah, they are not moving from here. They're just holding this position. And I think that is the right call. We're talking about time.
Yep. I mean, we're
not even 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of time left.
There's still a big chunk of time, but Blue 4, if they do not reposition their forces and get right in front of Green 4 elements on the sector itself, I think we're going to continue to see the stalemate.
Real quick, we have 3 Humvees up north, right where that X-ray team used to be.
Yep.
2 of them loaded up pretty heavily. One of them, yeah, 2.
But
there's 4 vehicles.
Yep, scroll out on the map and look to the northeast, though.
Yeah, the Gaz still trying to...
1.
Yeah. That's Thompson and Holt. Gamma 1 or Gamma Actual?
That is Gamma Actual, my bad. They are an armed Gaz. And are there any armed Humvees here?
Nope, these are all just the transports, unarmed, unarmored.
Oh, dear.
So they're not going to hear the engine because their own engine is on. But once they... if the timing's right, Blue 4 might get away with this.
No, they're going to at least lose the command vehicle.
Maybe.
The engine's now picking up. They're going to start seeing the dust. They're going to catch the command vehicle.
Oh, I think he spotted Bravo 2. No. Did he spot command? He spotted command.
He's stopping short. Nope, he just spotted command. Now they're backing off. Now they're going to pursue.
Yeah, because they think it's only command. They just that MRZR, the little...
he's going to go forward.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yep. Pick your target. Pick your target. You need to go for the drivers.
That driver needs to pursue for Gamma.
That's just Dryden on there. That's not a great target because it's one guy and he's not even able to get that.
Vic, but at least he knows to follow that direction. He could find more guys to shoot.
Yeah, I'm watching from Dryden's POV, and yeah, none of those shots really hit him. So he is lucky to be alive, but yeah, could have been some better targets. Now they're gonna dismount, and if they have any AT, they're gonna get that ready.
I think he's going to drive up to where they're dismounted and try to bait that Gaz to come in. Meanwhile,
yeah, well,
I just saw Gonzo throw an explosive satchel up. Didn't score any kills. Gates got behind him and eliminated him. So that's a lot of Blue 4's original element down. But now Blue 4 is starting to get their feet into this sector. Excuse me, not the sector, the town, and try to close in on it. But we got this Blue 4
to the south of
coming in.
To the south of Sector 3. Aim at the stars in his Humvee. They've come under fire. He's getting some shots in. I think he took out one of Green 4 X-Ray. Yeah, he took down Camo.
Yep, I see the guy down.
But their Humvee is crippled. Their Humvee is very much crippled. They're trying to limp it out of there, but that Gaz is also crippled. I wonder if they collided accidentally, or if they've just been shooting at each other for so long. Because yeah, I'd be surprised if.
It might have been a collision.
That's the only reason I say that is because that Humvee is so well armored.
Real quick.
Go.
Delta 2 Blue 4 Humvee just got taken out by AT and is smoking.
Yep.
Could potentially cook off. The dismounts get eliminated.
Yep, Stalin there. I don't think we've talked about this before. I don't think those Humvees cook off exactly, but yeah, Stalin is down, and that was Baspier driving it.
You got engine smoke right there. Gunner just got back
up. But
trades. Kill before he gets knocked out.
Was that Infidel? Yes, that was Infidel that he just got in that trench. Lucky him. Well, unlucky for Infidel.
So, unlucky, yeah. The black smoke coming out the middle, sometimes that means that the Vic's going to cook off, but I guess not for that Humvee in this case.
Yeah, not for this model. If it was the BTR, then absolutely.
Yes. So Blue 4 coming in on this new flank.
Yeah, the Buffalo Trace whiskey, they had a big factory fire, the distillery fire recently, and so they're just now starting to get bottles out. Like, literally, the shop was like one per person.
2IC, who I believe is King Shabi, is taking over, but looking at the roster here, there's a big chunk of skulls compared to Green 4, who have only seen
is it
a
up in Minnesota?
big chunk of skulls
It's Kentucky,
in
isn't
Platoon
it?
1 HQ. And
Yeah,
Bravo
it's from
2, that original
Buffalo
force,
Trace Distillery, Franklin
where you now see
County,
Charlie
Kentucky.
coming up on. I think the Charlie's mis-PID'd the bodies or something, and are firing up there to make sure that they're dead. And it's Stanner's command himself holding them back.
Maybe? Are you talking about the Blue 4 guys down here? Prozion, Tarnfalk, and all of them?
Yeah, for Charlie too.
I don't see what they're doing wrong, per se.
What, Blue 4?
Yeah, Blue 4 Charlie 2.
They think there's a larger force here. It's just Stanner's holding them off, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, they also have gates as well up on the ridge, and just the volume of fire combined with the foliage. So they are overreacting a little bit, but I don't think it's too far out of the ordinary. But yeah,
Nemesis and Navy in the same building.
Oh
Nemesis
God,
trying to bait him with an explosive trap, but it's just a smoke. Navy trying to pre-fire around. And Nemesis just heard Navy run back up the steps.
Yeah, I heard something.
The Gamma Vic for Green 4 actually broke off and now might be trying to get behind Blue 4 Charlie too.
We do have a big force now of Blue 4. Looks like about a squad and a half, 2 squads coming in from the southeast of Sector 3. So they're going to be coming in relatively unprotected. But if they can keep a little closer to this hill, actually, on the north side of the road, they should stay low enough to where they can't get shot at from Scandi Recon up here in this fortification.
Real quick, the two surviving armed vehicles for Blue 4 are, they've got X-Ray in between them. One of them, that was part of Gamma Actual, spotted Green 4 X-Ray
that's
trying
the
to pull
sub
back. Managed
thing.
to knock one of them
It's
unconscious.
Rapid Team.
As now one of the Green 4 guys is just triple timing it out of there. That's Pierce with the marksman rifle, trying to keep that safe for future use. But you're having the other vehicle, potentially it's going to come up and also harass X-Ray as they try to fall back.
Yep, and so that they've been in a fight now. The vehicle that Scandi Recon was able to get their hands on is opening fire as well. But again, the 240 at that distance isn't going to do much unless they get a lucky headshot on the gunner. Elsewhere,
real quick behind the Blue 4
real quick.
Again. Go ahead.
Salader and the Blue 4 X-Ray group, they have opened up and have initiated contact with Misshift and DeFi, as well as Purem, who is out in the open, popped a smoke and is down. So their position is a little bit made. He does wake back up. Good for him. Yeah, they're going to be a little bit exposed now. Theki, who is the Foxtrot squad lead, he's going to be able to look over there and start, trying to ascertain their position. Platoon 2 HQ is coming to pick up Green 4 X-rays.
25 minutes remaining for the round.
Yeah, if these Blue 4 reinforcements coming from the southeast can push in and clear out this sector in a timely manner, they have a chance. But if this attack fails and they either get into a stalemate or they get eliminated, I don't think there's a chance for Blue 4. They've done a really good job at holding this sector.
Firefighter coming up to Twig King's building. They're about to run into each other. Twig doesn't hear his footsteps and Firefighter gets a free kill.
Nice. Good on Firefighter. He is on, let's see. He's just on one. That was his first one of the round, but still a pretty good one. Holding them off. Navy, I think, no, Nemesis pulled back away from Navy, so that they disengaged. Yep. But he's going to have a lot more friends to play with from the southeast. Hey, Sparky. Time,
Blue 4 is going to have
41 minutes minus the 15-minute save start, so it's about
15 minutes tops, because 10 minutes is only going to give them enough
25
time to
minutes,
rush. Now,
25, 26
it could go
minutes
to
in.
overtime if they get their foot in the door
Welcome,
on the
Sparky.
sector.
Didn't wait for Sunday.
Until everyone is knocked unconscious in the sector itself. So they might be relying on that a little bit, but I don't know. Like Charlie, I'm only seeing 6 guys now on that flank.
They've kind of, only 6 left. I think they had like maybe 8, so it's not that bad. But yeah, STS, Layden, Tarnfolk, and SL James, so they're actually 4 down right now, down to 6 or so. Depends. Yeah, I think it comes down to this fight in Zavarok around Sector 3. If Green 4 can hold out and play for time, I think if maybe they get to the 15-minute warning, maybe a little bit more, they have a good chance to win. And if they're able to actually take out one of the flanks, so they can take out the rest of Charlie 2 to the west, or hold off against these guys coming in from the southeast, I really think that Green 4 is going to win this.
Yeah, I think if Lethal Action was able to get closer and pop a second satchel charge in the main building where you currently have Pads, Fisher, and Bacon flavored, and if he was able to take that out, we'd be seeing a much different story, because when he was there was like 5 or 6 guys in that one building alone. I think from there, Blue 4 would have been able to overpower, but that's all just speculation.
So Alpha 2 on the hill. Alpha 2 up on the hill, they threw about, looked like at least 6 frags down the hill towards these Blue 4 guys, Tom, Money, and Point Man. They didn't roll far enough, and now Flying Finn and Nimia looking to engage in just some rifle fire now, and exchange bullets, and even some more hand grenades.
Yep, Finn's on 2
Good
kills.
shot.
That just been his third. Yep,
that was his third. About to be his 4th on Tom.
Gets caught out in the open, though, and takes a headshot.
Tom with that M27 IAR. That is a great shot onto him. He gets his first.
Yeah, he's crippled, but he's pulling back. That bush is going to conceal him.
Oh,
and gets her head picked up by Point Man.
Point Man, the battle buddy.
Pulls down.
Good battle buddy system. And yeah, that is pretty big. Not just because that's scary, but because that is one of the bigger flanks to, or yeah, I guess really the one flank to really worry about. If Blue 4 can still try and take this position, there's still plenty of fortifications to set up a base of fire going into the sector itself.
I think what's really scaring me for Blue 4 overall, though, is where is that momentum we saw 5 minutes ago? We saw a lot of maneuvering to get Blue 4 in here, but now that they're starting to get their feet in the town, they've really slowed down exponentially, I would say. So
Agreed.
I just don't see it. I mean, just look at the amount of Blue 4
hey,
ticks
Vulcan.
you see in the
Doing
town
well,
compared
thank you.
to the
Doing
Green
well.
4 ticks, and then look at the remaining Green 4 ticks you have on the southern objective. I don't think there's going to be enough for Blue 4 to win this.
Me neither. I mean, we do all have that Humvee now opening up, but I think a rocket just flew over. I want to say I heard a rocket at least, but they're starting to kind of pick at these guys and do what they can. I don't know. Like I said, it depends on how quickly this battle up in the north can happen. We do have Mal and Dakota now coming in a bit closer, at least closer than where they were. Pointman and Tom still trying to deal with the rest of Scandy up on the hill. And we do have Vlad in the MRZR. They might be able to do some kind of thunder run and push down closer to the sector itself, try and start clearing it out, and force the rest of Green 4 to kind of draw back inside the sector. Thank you, Wolf.
I'm going to be honest with you. This new flank that Blue 4 opened up on the southeastern side of town, I think that was their greatest mistake. They should have pushed back northwest and reinforced Charlie 2 where Alpha 1 from Blue 4 was already pushing and already got right on top of the objective. And blew
you can go ahead and send it to me. I'll
houses.
read it in between rounds.
If they continue to move along that flank, I think they would have been able to get right on top of the objective, because now they're just going to get caught outside of town. You see what I mean? Because they already had a force get so close. Why open a new flank, especially when you need to get to another objective soon? It doesn't make too much sense.
If the Humvee that Iander is now in, if that had been more successful and it's a thunder run on this hill, I feel like we'd be looking at a much different scenario. But I feel like if they had continued in that north and northwest attack, relative to the sector, I feel like that would have just been a meat grinder for them. So they tried to reposition and attack from a different sector.
Is they're not in the AO to put pressure anymore. One's on the southern AO just trying to harass, and the other one was just harassing Green 4's remaining gas. When they were doing thunder runs in the town itself, they were getting some good pickoff kills. I was seeing them get some really great shots here and there. But now that they're on the outskirts, they're not really being effective at all. And to my previous point on why that southeastern flank for Blue 4 should have gone northwest instead, is look at where Shepard is right now.
Shepard on the...
practically right on top of Objective 3.
He's got 5 kills as well.
Yeah, amazing. That's great. But, more people coming along that flank to reinforce them. I think Blue 4 would have taken the sector by now and would be pulling forces down to deal with the other.
And I think he's actually getting blue on blued from the Bravo 2 guys across the way.
Yeah, when you have open multiple
4 IB
like
guys,
this,
of
friendly
course.
fire is going to be an issue. So he's going to quickly bandage, but if anything, that's just helping to conceal him from the enemy.
Hey, turn folk.
Because
Yeah.
that fire coming from that
Y'all
direction
getting wrecked.
means that the enemy is going to be focusing to the south, not to the northwest where he is.
Yeah, so he has the opportunity. He has 6 people inside the sector, possibly 7 if firefighter comes gets back across the road. But if he's able to do that,
MG gunner, so he has those C-mags.
yep, that is that plus the because it's the IAR and not the full M249. I think the handling is going to be better. Rocket comes into the hill bunker fortification.
Yep.
I think destined for the Humvee, but it hits the H barriers and bounces off. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, no, that's not a good thing, Tarnfalk. That's not healthy. Vulcan, go ahead and you can, I saw you sent the friend request. Just send the message.
That's gonna light a fire under Blue for his ass, but just looking at the amount of ticks I see, if this was Sector 3 only, I would think there's a chance for Blue 4.
Yeah, but because there's a whole nother company or so. I don't even know if that's a company or more, maybe just more like a platoon.
It's like 2 squads worth to the south, but
yeah,
even that is enough to kind of be a deterrent.
Yeah, I think I'm inclined to agree. Dakota now is getting some extra people in here. Mal and Ash pushing
Mal
in.
and Ash coming up.
Oh, come on, give it to me.
Now they're starting to breach.
Yep, doing a slow breach, waiting for first contact.
Fisher's waiting at the doorway, though. He knows someone's going to come up, and he has a 240 Bravo to do it. And he hears the footsteps, so he knows they're coming.
No, they're doing slow walking. They must be talking and not on whisper.
No, firefighter is above him. He could hear it, so he already just knocks out Shepard immediately, takes a few shots, so he pulls back to the next doorway.
That was Fisher, not firefighter. Grenade goes up.
He's going to see that grenade come up. No, he does not. He throws one of his own. Doesn't catch him, thank God, but that one gets stuck on the door. Throws another one down. That one's going to be deadly. Malin notices it last second, and it knocks them both to the ground.
Yeah, so not too bad. They can. All they need to do is get those C-mags off of Shepard's body.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk. They got to continue breaching. So now Fisher's going to pull back thinking it's clear. He's going to go to bandage instead. No, he's going to continue holding. He has to be bleeding, though.
Yeah. I think them getting found out. I'll say this about footsteps. Yes, like the 15 minutes remaining, by the way.
Yep.
But footsteps are definitely a factor in very close engagements like this. I mean, especially when you're not listening to music and you can hear things a lot clearer. Like
hold on, Fisher's coming down.
Oh, but Asher with the great reflexes. But yeah, I really think that was more they were talking and they just weren't on whisper, or they were talking, just even speaking voice, they would have heard the
I can assure
foreign
you,
voices.
being a floor above that back doorway, you can hear footsteps down there.
Okay. Well,
I was up there on Fisher, and I could hear the footsteps from there. So I assure you, even when they're walking, you can hear them. Now, why Fisher got killed right there is the 240 Bravo has a very long barrel. It's a very long gun. So Ash saw the barrel come around the door and pre-fired and immediately took his head off. All you have to do is aim above the barrel and you're going to hit the guy coming around because he still has to be able to see you to pull the trigger. At least that's how the clients work, similar to real life. It's a good prediction element. So it's really easy to pre-fire someone with a longer barreled gun when they go around, which is why when you do PvP, you always want to get a shorter barrel for CQC.
Real quick, so firefighter went on the roof. He got some shots over towards Navy and Indigo, downed Indigo. But now the 4AB guys are right around the corner, and they're going to start breaching this this complex. These Tech 10 buildings, they're all pretty. It's like a strip mall. They're all kind of connected one way or another. So they should be able to breach and clear. Attila is going in pretty quick though on his own.
Green 4 Alpha 2 coming in.
That's Nafs. That's Scandy. Yep. Gunner in the back gets just torn to shreds.
Yep. Ate shit.
I think that was who was that? I don't know who that was actually. Nafs actually. Oh, this is great. Hey, go highlight Nafs and look at what a grenade. Yeah, he's got the satchel selected. Oh, that's beautiful to see. Oh, I've never seen that before. Duke, appreciate the follow. But yeah, 4AB now, they're starting to make their plays. Malin and Ash starting to do some stuff. Pad's looking like he's going to still be holding this this balcony. But it is just, I think it's too late.
Delta 1 for Blue 4 on one of the armed Humvees just shot the gunner out of the remaining gas that Green 4 had. He is unconscious, might wake back up, might not.
He's still got the driver to patch him up. And they're actually going to steal the second one.
Because Firefighter got him. Foika also getting knocked out by Firefighter. That is his 6th kill. I got Malin trying to fire across the way. Not sure what he's trying to hit.
Yeah, what happened to him?
There's a floor under them.
Someone caught out Attila as well. I didn't even see who. Maybe that was Nemesis? No, no way.
Firefighter.
No, Firefighter was above him. In a different building. No way that he would have had the angle. Maybe it was Naps. I'm not sure, but...
he wakes back up.
That's true.
Maybe Eander, because I don't see Eander anywhere. He's, no, wait, he's back there. Never mind. Might have been someone from the garrison.
Ooh, someone!
The building!
Took one of his own. Yes, he had the RPG. He killed 2 Blue 4. That was Malin and Ashley killed, but he also killed Pads. The Green 4 is friendly, so he made the ultimate sacrifice out not of his own accord. That's amazing.
Look at Pads. He's still standing in the direction of G-Legs like his disappointed dad. Oh,
I don't even see that.
Ready to hunt.
God.
Oh my god. He's making a weird noise too. He's literally in the hunched over zombie animation too from Ryan's.
Really? I don't even see his body. He got obliterated on my end. Yeah.
Either way.
Still. Yeah, great effort from G-Legs. That takes out all the Blue 4 in the sector itself. We still have King Shibe, Attila from 4IB, Vlad, and Short with Indigo, and also Navy. There, I think they're trying to pick Indigo back up. But yeah, no, that is. Navy I think this is
head bugged for me.
Is he? Let me see. Nope, he's perfectly fine for me. He's right next to Vlad.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Yeah, acceptable casualties. I agree.
About 10 minutes remaining. I don't see it.
Yeah, if Golf and X-Ray for Blue 4 were able to do something. Shots actually coming in, trying to snipe the gunner from the Humvee out, and he's just kind of standing still. The ballistic glass on the front does give him some protection. There is a bit of a gap in the armor, as well as the crown of the head over the top of it, visible for a lucky shot. It's going to be, I mean, 1 in a million shot, but, you know, you shoot enough bullets up there. I mean, just looking at all these traces, how close they're coming to him.
Yep, gunner just turned in and then switched as the Vic is advancing. Oh no. The MRZ are also coming in. X-Ray's going for a push.
Oh, but they fucked up their car. Maybe a little bit. It looked like it for a second. Rocket comes in. That fucked it up.
It's fucked up.
Now it is very fucked up. So now they're inside the sector. They have about 20 or so people to kill, including a bunch of drunk Czechs from FPS. That's Emzikov's group. And yeah, Lolo here, caught between a rock and a hard place. Grenade goes off at his feet, gets caught out in the open, and survives actually a lot of hits, but no more.
Taken out by Olassis.
Mm-hmm.
Alalas. Blue 4 just lost 2 dudes being fired on by
Alalas. It's not Olassis, it's Alalas.
And now there's just 3, and they know that something's there because they see both of those bodies and they hear the gunshots.
Yep, just 3 X-ray left against, actually, let me do an actual head count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 Green 4. So if they can each kill about 5, they'll be good. We'll see it.
Lord Dust is coming in to my chat saying
what areas do you have equipment generally from?
Bravo out of ammo,
yeah, no, 80s to 2000. It depends on, you know, what the mission is exactly, but it's a lot of RHS stuff, which is roughly 80s to 2000s era.
All right, I'm going to quickly look back north. We only have about a handful of Green 4 defenders left because they've been trading.
Yeah, they avoid like the super modern stuff like that, just for fairness' sake.
That's actually it for inside the perimeter. You got Holton and the remaining crew of the Gamma Vic.
The X-Ray MRZR is now pulling back south. They're pulling south away. They're cutting their losses and they're taking their lives with them.
So Anders actually taken some of the C-Mags from someone and put it in his gun. and he double tapped short, and that was, I believe, his second kill. Because he killed both of these guys trying to breach him, so nice.
Yeah, no, that's the beauty and the curse of those C-mags is that they can fit into any kind of Stanag magwell. So either side's, guns can take those. And he's got the 203 as well, and he was AT, so he's got the 203, he's got C-mags. It's like he's got a full arsenal.
Meanwhile, Blue 4 remounted that MRZR and pulled out of the other sector.
Yeah, you're right,
7 minutes remaining. And Blue 4 has to breach and clear the sector to find and eliminate Wheaton to take it.
Yeah, I mean, even if he's able to stay up, like we've been saying, Sector 2 is just, it's impossible at this point for Blue 4. With the numbers they have and the time they have left, they don't have the time to plink around and just go for shots. And they don't have the numbers to push in hard.
Lord Dust is telling me apparently after Sector 1, Blue 4 Command didn't have a plan.
That's unfortunate because Sector 1 wasn't manned at all.
Yes, but I mean, as I predict, I thought like the best strategy would have been just to, hold Sector 1, but I guess Sanders could see through it. I had to go where there was no pen. And now you got grenades being thrown.
That was from Wheaton up there. He actually hits Navy pretty decently, but now Shibe does
spots him though.
Yep, and Wheaton closes the door and says, "No, I do not want to learn about your Lord and Savior."
Wheaton hold out for 6 minutes. He is FNF staff.
Yeah, and he's got a 249. As long as if he's got at least half a box, he can at least get the few guys that are in there. But Shibe should be. He's actually pushed up to the roof, and he's gonna be coming down the stairs.
Wheaton hears it.
Yep, I think he heard that door opening, and they're gonna peek each other. No, he heard the other door. Ooh, the lucky headshot. The headshot is king. Yeah, no, he thought he heard the door below him.
Coming up, but he gets shot at by Yander and knocked out by Yander.
Oh my god. Could wake back up, but that was a great shot.
Great save.
Buys him some time.
There. Holy crap.
I will, Vulcan.
Buys time for Wheaton to finish looting and come down and double tap aim at the stars.
I don't think he even realizes he was there. He doesn't even realize that the door is open now. And now he's gonna get stuck on the physics.
Caught on something.
Yep, and he's like, "What's going on?"
He looks down, he's like, "Wait a second.
Why can't I go into this? Oh, hey, the body still has physics. How'd that get there? I love that. That's some slapstick comedy right there.
Oh man, you got the Gaz. Thompson got a new gunner, Holton. And now they're trying to overwatch and stop Blue 4 from pushing into the rest of the sector.
And Ayander spots out Navy, spraying him down, but the tree actually saves him, breaks up that sight line. So yeah, Wheaton also picked up the M4, the M4 with the 203. It's the same caliber as the M249, but obviously it has a lower mag cap, but it has a much quicker reload, much better handling. So that's probably why he did that. He made that call.
He's been there for a while, so I think it's just because he's low on ammo.
That is also probably true.
I wouldn't see why you'd want to change a 249 in a CQB situation for regular M4, you know?
Yeah. The only thing I can think would be just that huge mag to just dump into a fatal funnel, but otherwise, yeah. I think they're going to be able to hold out. 4 minutes now, 4 minutes and change, as Vlad and Indigo are on a mission. They're charging in now, fresh faces into the sector, and they should know exactly where he's at.
Real quick to the south, one of the Blue 4 guys was hit, and now they're having some really accurate GLs land on them. So, yep, they lost a guy up there. Now it's just those 2 guys going back, but there's no way they're going to be able to get that sector.
So Wheaton's healing, Vlad and Indigo stacking up, ready to push in. They're not going in the front door, but
is saving him.
Takes
out Indigo.
Takes Vlad down to his knees.
Now, if Wheaton is smart enough to understand what's going on, and he opens the door,
and he picks out to his right. I think Vlad heard that door open. Indigo fails to wake up. And Wheaton pulls out the rocket launcher for some reason. Well,
hello?
I think his plan was calculated, but damn, he's bad at math.
What the fuck was that?
He wanted to be the soldier from Team Fortress 2, but he didn't prime his M72. Oh, God.
Just imagine you fucking hear gunfire outside your building, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna go AT something, and you run out. I feel worse for Vlad. His battle buddy's down. He hears the door open. All of a sudden, this dude with this fucking AT stick charges around him.
It would have been an incredible Chad play if it weren't for the fact that he didn't have it primed. If he actually carried through with it and like just shot the three of them and blew them up with the shrapnel, that would have been amazing. I don't know. I thought
now keeping this area pinned. If he reloads, he might be able to.
That is your target fault. The handling
shot, but I think the audio of that gun's gonna scare him enough. Yeah, he's immediately backing off. But what was that plan?
2 minutes and change now. X-ray for Blue 4. Last alive. We got 2 people in the MRZR. I thought they had 3 when they got out of there.
Yeah, if you look further south where Foxtrot was, you're gonna see you're gonna find a Blue 4 dead body. Reference.
Yeah, I found him. I found him.
Yeah, he got picked off.
Unfortunate.
You got that green 4 gas coming in from the north, though. It might find them to pick off.
Yeah, they might be in communication with the command elements down in that sector. Yeah, no, I think that's it. No, I think that's enough to call it.
My chat saying Wheaton was going to kill him with backblast. They just didn't have the AT stick.
Oh, the BM with a backblast. That would have been amazing. X-Ray, the MRZR making a thunder run. And drifts into there, busts 2 wheels. No, didn't bust the wheels. And they're going to hard clear this.
Have a dream.
All right, well,
killing Ricardo.
Ricardo, yeah. He goes sliding out.
Holy fuck.
DFI gets dropped by Magnus. That second grenade should take him out. Doesn't quite, but that should keep him down at least. Emzikov coming in. Ricardo wakes back up.
Waking back up. He's gonna knock Emzikov out.
Ooh, trade.
Magnus gets some hits in there too. He's on 2 kills. All right, it's Magnus versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. Wait, no, 8 players. Are we going to see that? Wait, no, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players. 1v10. Magnus. He's gonna take on the world. And he just got shot in the head by Mischief. Never mind. Okay, well. Will we ever find Audrey Hotto's spirit in FNF again to get another 23 kills?
So less than 30 seconds left. 25 now. As Mass and Attila are coming in one of the Humvees, actually the armed one, coming down the road. If they can get into the sector in 15 seconds, they can force an overtime. And
okay, hold on. Now they have 15 seconds. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
Grenades going off.
8,
Machine gun fire, debilitating.
6,
Attila gets hit,
5,
I think.
4.
He's in.
Gunners down.
Sectors have been defended. Well, so much for that. Oh, but now it says overtime.
It doesn't count until they dismount the Vic.
Oh, right.
Dismounts,
into a hail of gunfire. Well, hey.
I just watched Mischief get blown up by an explosive satchel. Okay.
Yep. What?
And Iander in the northern town was never heard from again.
Good.
Hold up, he's getting in a firefight with Vlad. Vlad pulling away, and I don't know what happened. I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know. But yeah, no, that wasn't a bad round. Yeah, seemed like if what Lordo said is to be believed, yeah, I think the command, they had the first part down, down pat. They were gonna just pick that up. I mean, it was very effective. I mean, they took with no casualties. So, I mean, that's how effective that plan for that first sector was, but they couldn't recreate that for the second and third sectors.
Yanni's trying to flex, saying that 14 kills for Scandi. Ay.
Alright. I'm going to do a quick aside and while we set up for the second round, and I'm going to show off my whiskey. If my webcam was working, I would love to show this to y'all, but I'll just have to just do ASMR whiskey drinking with Barbarian. So, do you mind if I spiel as well over your stream?
Give me a few moments, okay?
Sure.
You can start. I'll put them into you in a second.
Oh, sure. Yes, I can send a pic. I should take a pic for FNF and copy that actually real quick. So, yep. I went to the shop today, as I do on most Fridays, and I got a bottle of stuff generously funded by y'all.
All right, Barb, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to copy this and put it into my Twitch since I don't have my webcam working, but that's what I have. I went to the bottle shop today and I was browsing and looking for something new. I had an idea of what I wanted, but then the guy behind the counter was like, "Hey, I got some Buffalo Trace if you want some." I was like, "You got Buffalo Trace?" And he's like, "Yeah." Pointed to the counter, and there it was sitting on the shelf, brand new, not a speck of dust on the bottle, with a nice sign saying "one per person." Recently, I think like a couple years ago, there was a big fire at the Buffalo Trace distillery, and so production for them, halted because they didn't have anything to produce. All the barrels that they had burned down. Most of their stock went away. So this was very heavily sought after because there was no one making it. But fast forward a few years, and so they finally rebuilt literally one bottle per person. That's what the limit was at the shop. But it is a 90 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Known just as a very solid whiskey. Traditionally handcrafted, Buffalo Trace is a smooth, confident taste that invites discovery with every sip. Explore Buffalo Trace and taste the spirit of legends. So I'm going to get this open real quick and do a quick taste test. I can. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Ooh. Good pop. I couldn't play that over TeamSpeak. I'm sorry, but that was a good pop. So, no ice, no water, no nothing. We just have a nice, neat taste test. How are we doing on slotting?
They have not started slotting yet.
Perfect. So, very nice dark amber color, actually. Darker than what I'm used to, actually. The Pendleton, which is my favorite whiskey, is a little bit lighter than this. Sure thing. I'll keep talking. I like talking to myself anyways. Bit strong on the nose, but not like too harsh. It is 90 proof, so 45%. So it's a little stronger than the standard 80 proof. But let's try it. That is very nice. Flavor is nice and complex. Burns a little bit, just because of that extra, 10 proof. But that is a very strong and robust flavor. That really doesn't burn the palate.
Oh, you like that, huh?
That's very nice. No, that's a very good whiskey. Let me put a little bit of cold water in there. Just a splash. Just chill it down a little bit.
Huh? Like embarrassing me, huh?
Oh, and that's perfect. That is damn perfect. Just a little bit of water just to cut it a little bit. Chill it down. I bet if I put this in the freezer for an hour, it would taste delightfully smooth. Hey, thank you for the $50, and thank you, Vitikin, Yumincam, Tamaja, and Moravak Pepik. Thank you very much. What's the main ingredient? Let's see. Big Bob, I'm from the South. I'm from Georgia. Like, I've had legitimate White Lightning moonshine. It's great. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit of water. Usually it would be ice, but the ice I had melted. Let's see. As far as main ingredients, doesn't exactly say what the main ingredient is. I'm sure if you looked it up, you could find it. They talk about grains as far as the initial pioneers who settled around where this distillery was made. Yeah, doesn't say main ingredient. Corn. All right. The other chill for a night, and then you have a very small level of water. Exactly. Even Cam, thank you for the extra 45 bits. DJVN11, thank you for the follow as well. It's actually a law. Interesting. It's a law for Kentucky straight bourbon, or just, I guess, bourbon whiskey in general to be made from corn. Interesting. Popcorn's shine. There is nothing that compares. Really? What's popcorn shine? Is that slang for something? Is that a brand? Because I'm talking about, like, you talk to a person with, like, half of the teeth missing out of their head, and they give you an unmarked mason
Alright, I'm
jar.
back. You okay, Barb? Have you been keeping them entertained?
Yes, I have been. Yeah, I was going through this whiskey, and it's very nice. On its own, it's really good, but with just a little bit of water, just a little bit to unlock the flavors and everything, cut it just slightly. It is so good. Oh, man, it's so good.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, I was telling about how it is, the Buffalo Trace Distillery actually burned down a couple years ago, so it's been really sought after, just both because it's a really good whiskey and because no one was making it, so obviously supply was very limited. But now that they've opened it back up, I mean, literally it was one bottle available per person, and it was,
Nice.
It's very nice. Knob Creek is a very good one. That is also very good. But Pendleton Canadian Rye Whiskey, that is my absolute favorite. Hey, Low Dust. Yeah, I've ignored my job long enough. I need to update my mission command and everything.
That's fine. I mean, they just started the slotting process.
Sure. What do we have? We have a rush on Halanma. Very nice. So it looks like it'll be blue NATO versus Russians with a KA-60 Kasatka and 2 BTR 80s. Very cool. Oh,
All right,
you know what I did? I forgot to do...
I'll either keep this one for round 2 or keep it going, but while you were talking, I went downstairs and grabbed one of the batches of Stoli Doli, and I will be finishing that up myself as
Very nice.
we get into the future rounds. It's just a cheap vodka soaked in a pineapple for 5 days.
Now, when you say
gets
cheap
rid of all
vodka, do you actually get Stolichnaya, or is it a different kind of vodka?
I
that you
do.
get?
We do Stolich, but it can work with any.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's what I imagine. Yeah, that should.
But I mean, a big thing of that is only like $30.
Yeah, like for a handle.
Yeah, and
Popcorn
then,
son committed
pineapple's
suicide to go
only,
in prison again
what,
when
4
he
or
had
5?
cancer. He was a
if
legend.
that,
East Tennessee.
like 3.
Oh.
I forget the exact price from where we are, but
you know your bourbon.
there's a place.
Bourbon. Usually, I don't like bourbon, but I love this. I love this Buffalo
Trace. We
Trace.
know
It's
in our
very
area
nice.
that like sell a drink of it. It's like a glass of it for, it's like a $12 cocktail or something.
Damn.
Yeah, the drinks around here are very pricey, unfortunately, but cheaper just to make your own, which is why my brother and I have learned how to mix shit. He's better with me on that regard, though.
I am very excited for when I do come up to visit to have a bit of a bartending off with your brother, because I'll come up and I'll get all the stuff to make a mean margarita. It's probably like my it's my dad's recipe, and when I told him that, oh yeah, I did it the other week for some friends, he was like, I have a recipe, because he changes it up every time. He just eyeballs it, but it always turns out so good. So I'll have a, he'll make something, I'll make margaritas, and then we can all get drunk and have fun.
Nice.
Right,
so Falcon, thanks for the sub. Hope you enjoying the operations. I hope you're getting a kick out of this. And
Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon. So they're saying they don't give Centaur the password. There's people in my chat. They apparently don't give the password for the second round.
Yeah, I feel that's spiky. But hey, don't let the law get in the way of fun.
And third round to Centaur.
Oh man, that is so good.
How slotting
so
works is you. How do I put it?
They call each group individually. They get a head count, and then they start divvying them up to each side.
They do the RSVP communities first, because FNF is mainly an RSVP community
in November.
event, because
hopefully November.
If they did, they have to do it this way. Otherwise, it would be complete chaos on how they got slotting in. And then after everyone who RSVP'd gets in, there's still going to be 20 or 30 slots left. It opens the Centaur, so it's whoever joins the TeamSpeak channel gets the password. You only are given the password for the server when you get into the TeamSpeak channel, and that's the channel that's limited at 122 slots because Barb and I would be the 123rd and 124th, and when we're not here, they're quick to open it, as we discovered at the start of the event, because they Barb had to restart his computer. I told him he was coming back, and they still opened his slot.
Yeah, like damn.
Immediately. So they try to manage it that way.
Nice one. I have a point to bring up
so
about
that,
Pendleton.
you know, if
that
you're in
I want to
that
get your
TeamSpeak
opinion
channel,
on.
you're guaranteed to play. That's what they try to
Hello,
do. It's kind of
Vietnam.
worrisome because it looks like they open the operations room again. Now there's 124 people down there. But basically,
good.
as people leave the operations room between rounds, Centaur players can jump in, and they'll be given the password in the TeamSpeak channel. It's just the password never
Which
leaves
has
the TeamSpeak
Scandion.
channel.
I believe they're on
So
Red 4. Yep,
I think
Scandion's
that's
on Red
where
4.
the confusion's coming from. But that channel, it's not locked.
No,
The operations room channel, no.
we've talked
Like, in
about
the
that, but
beginning
it's
it is. For like round 1, but I mean right now it's unlocked.
well, good. Best of luck then,
Staring
11.
right at it.
Being 11.
So it's just
Make sure you're not watching the
especially
stream.
after round 1, you just have to join that channel, and then you'll be
That's all
given
we
the
ask.
password.
Feel free to hop back in once you're done, though.
Well, yeah, they just told you to get out because they for whatever reason it's open right, like they have it set to unlimited right now, and it's supposed to be out of 122, not 124. So they're gonna have to kick 2 people out because I don't know what they've been doing.
Here's a
to
check,
that
guys. Again,
channel
those are gonna
recently.
be FPS. So that is Emzikov there. Can't really show him, but
I mean, here, let me
Emzikov
let me
there.
put the team speak up to
Emzikov,
just,
Crazy,
explain what I'm talking about.
Or was
So
it
this channel
Candy?
is
K4?
supposed to be
I don't remember.
X out of
No, no.
122. For whatever
But
reason
whatever
right
group
now,
Emzikov
it's
is in.
124 out of unlimited, which means any particular people can jump in there right now. How it's supposed to be done is in the opening round. I actually haven't seen. I know they locked it today, but usually they don't. I can understand why they locked it because there was like 150 people that showed up. They'll lock the channel.
I think
give
so as
the
well, Steve.
password to the channel to the groups to come down
More
so they
Backstreet
can
Guys.
keep the
That's
channel
good.
secure.
I heard that one before.
Then they invite the Centaur guys who meet up here in, and it's just whoever gets in there first sort of thing.
Probably a lot.
After
Broken.
that,
Probably a lot.
the channel becomes unlocked, and it's whoever gets in there. And then they'll sometimes make exceptions for, people that crashed like completely out of TeamSpeak and Arma, which is why the slotting process can be so slow sometimes because they have to get that sorted because they base it off of, whoever got in there last would need to get out for the guy that was supposed to be in there. So the system itself actually isn't really bad. It's just the system.
It works.
People that don't get in obviously are going to hate it. But
if people were to abuse it, it would tighten up. It's because people are smart enough not to abuse it that they don't have to tighten it up. It's a bit of a trust thing. Isn't 29th in this as well? I don't think so. This one
now because there's 124 people in there. Barb and I are already in the server though.
Maybe they're red 4. I think they're red 4.
There's going to be 2 people in here that aren't going to be able to get in, and that's going to just cause more confusion.
Corporals, yeah, I think that they're on. I think they're red 4.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something, but now I forgot. That's always fun.
Here, I'll read what Lord's saying. To clarify, Ops Room is locked until RSVP groups are in first round. Then it gets unlocked for Centaur to fill up to 124. Yep, for the rest round. Round 2 is not RSVP, and it's first come, first serve. Same for round 3. Because by then, everything gets filtered out. So, I mean, chat, you can... I always encourage people, come on and test the system yourself.
I think I've tried that one.
Lord, I mean, he was playing the first round, and he's been here for a while, so... I'm just saying. But looks like we are fully slotted. It's going to be 53 versus 66. So I said it was about a 15% numbers advantage because usually when it's not listed, unless it clarifies there's no number advantage, it usually defaults to like 15%.
Is this actually a rye?
I'm pretty sure the 1151s are Humvees, right?
M1151s, yes, those are the Humvees. I think the unarmored ones, because I think the armored ones have like a super long designation that's pain in the ass to remember.
It's like 11518 something.
Something, yeah, something like really long and cumbersome to, you know.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't say. But Pendleton blended Canadian whiskey, very good. Probably my favorite.
But Lord,
It's
thanks
gonna
for
be close
clarifying,
now
people
between
in
this
chat.
and
I'm just
between
trying to
this and
explain
Buffalo
it, but
Trace. It
I
is
think
so
it's better for
smooth.
someone
I
in
thought it was
chat
a
who
rye. Maybe I'm thinking of
plays
Gibson's
every week
Finest.
to
I think
also
that's a
explain it.
Canadian
Because they
rye.
go
That
through
was a
the
little bit
process.
spicier, yeah.
We used to go through that process, but then they just said, "Hey, stay in the fucking casting couch.
Yeah.
We'll cap it at 122."
Lyra stays on the casting couch, and I'm on the camera looking at it.
That lewd. You
What?
promised you wouldn't tell.
Sorry. No, I promised I wouldn't share the videos. Those I keep for myself.
Of course. But looks like they're doing some slight slot changing right here to get everyone sorted.
Yep. So we get a bit more time. Apparently, SL Dream, or oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like 10 minutes ago, he said, "All right, time for me to get the second pizza out."
What?
That's what he said, and I poked him, and I said,
What does that mean?
"Well, I said, I poked him on TeamSpeak. What do you mean second pizza?" And he replied, "I mean I have two pizzas in front of me, which I mean to devour. Is that a problem for you?" And it's like you and I are both like, we're big guys. We like to eat. We like good food. We like getting drunk. We like to eat. But like, that's a lot of
A
just
lot of
like
food,
that's
yeah.
a lot of stuff. Like it's
Chow
two
down on a pizza.
pizzas. Although he is British, so there could be like personal pizzas from Tesco or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Those are pretty. I've had personal pizzas. Like you get them from those, like it's a grocery store, but then they have a little like Papa John's or Pizza Hut section, or one of
Yeah.
those like super malls, like one of those little personal ones. They overcharge the fuck out of you for.
Oh,
them,
of
but
course.
they're pretty good.
It's a convenience fee.
Yeah.
It's a fucking convenience
By the way,
fee.
small self plug. We will be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that's in about 21 hours. We're going to have an 80-person Vietnam operation with a lot of different communities coming in. If you like the fob builder thing that TSB did a few weeks ago, that was actually the test stop for this operation. So it's literally going to have double the player base of that op, 2 separate fobs to defend,
I think
and it's going to
20%
be double
spiky.
the time as well. It's going to be a 4-hour thing.
Yeah, it's
And I
a
hope
little
it
night
goes
storm,
well
but
because
I
that
don't
means
know.
we're going to have a monthly
It's not spicy at all,
multi-community
so
ops.
maybe it is,
Potentially
maybe it isn't. I'm not
even
sure.
2 of those a month. Through
Depending on how well it goes.
Rogain's framework and TSBs once we develop it. But anyway, round has
Well,
begun.
let me self-plug as well.
Yeah,
Tomorrow
go ahead.
at noon, 2 hours before Lear's thing, I will be shoutcasting an AFI TVT event, which is also incidentally Vietnam. It is an asymmetrical TVT between U.S. Air Cav and Viet Cong. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be up to about 3 hours long. I'm going to have a full write-up and everything. And yeah, it's going to be something neat with a new group. So if that sounds interesting, show up a couple hours before Lever's thing, and then once I'm done, I'll probably pass them right off to you. So you won't miss out on much at all.
That's cool. How I didn't know they were doing a Vietnam asymmetrical thing. I love EVP that's asymmetrical.
I know, right?
It just
it's
has to be done right, because if it's
has-
not, it's hell.
Yeah, like, well, I won't say what, but you know what I was about to say.
I just said in my chat, I've been there. CCO7.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I watched the stream. Yeah, CCO7. It is what it is. But we are here on Halanma with a terminal rush mission between Red 4 Russians and Blue 4 Marines, probably. But yeah, you want me to start going off of the Red 4 faction?
Yep, sorry, I was just confirming that these Humvees are the...
Those are actually the
one.
up-armored ones. So
Yep, one is up-armored, one is not.
interesting, which means they're not the same designation, so someone lied.
But they were listed as the same designate. Yep. that was mine.
Exactly.
All right.
So
Red 4, attacking
they-
faction. Sorry. Do you want to start? Go ahead and start.
Okay,
I thought
I'll
you said
start.
me to do it, so go ahead.
I was making sure we were I was good. But yes, Russians are the Red 4 faction for today, using 545 AK-74Ms, SVD for the marksman rifle, PKMs and PKPs, and 7.62 by 54R for their machine guns, and as well as RPG-26s distributed throughout the squad, and NAFs is holding on to the RPG-42. So pretty standard Russian
See
military
that, yeah.
stuff. In addition, they have 2 quad bikes with the X-ray team, 2 BTR-80s with 14.5 anti-material cannons, 2 Gaz Tigers that are pretty decently armored, I believe, and then 4 Gaz trucks, which can hold, I think, like 18 people. So plenty of transport, as well as, however many they want to fit on the BTRs. I think they can hold like 18 as well, both inside and on the top.
They also have the KA-60.
Yes, I forgot about that. They have a K-60 with no pylons, but they could also use that for some quick transport of a squad or some kind of fire team element.
One thing to bring up,
Yeah.
though, this is a rush objective, though, which means the objectives have to be done in order, and it appears to be terminals.
Yes.
So a rush with the helicopter is probably not going to be the best thing to do.
No, depending on how they set up their defenses, they do actually have. Red 4 doesn't know this, but at least I don't believe they do. But Blue 4 is confined to the Terminal 2 area until the round begins. So they may not even try to go to Terminal 1 because it's actually. Based on the distances, I think Blue 4 is a bit more of a straight shot with the MSR that leads directly south to Upaka. But it's gonna be, they're not gonna have much time to dig in, if at all, so they might just go for Terminal 2 and Terminal 3.
Yeah.
But yes, this is based off of the Battlefield game mode rush, so they have, I think it's 90 seconds to hold the terminal once it's activated. If the terminal gets deactivated, the timer resets, and yes, they have to take them in order, Terminal 1, Terminal 2, Terminal 3.
Real quick,
Matt Hatter
the
Red, thank you very much for the follow.
designation For
And hello,
the
Chibi.
Humvees, the 1115, I already forgot, 1151, it just means that it can be up armored, not that it is up armored. So
Interesting.
it's just the chassis of the Humvee itself rather than anything.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's always escaped me. That's good to know. Because yeah, you can tell that which ones are up armored because they have the bulging windows and that silver lined interior. I'm actually trying to like gamma a little bit because it is very dark.
All right. Your camera? Did you get your face cam working?
No, because of course not.
All right. Well, otherwise, we touched on Blue 4, 5.56 rifles, the standard Marine Marpat you see. They got 2 M2 Humvees, one that is open, one that is up armored, and it has the working camera system with it as well. It looks like it's slightly getting brighter, so by the time Safe Start ends, it will hopefully brighten enough for people to see a little more clearly. I'm using my little hand light.
Can you guys see better? Because on my monitor it doesn't look that
But let's
much
start
brighter.
touching up on
I can keep the light on if you want, but I'll
objectives
turn my
here.
camera back
So
down.
Terminal 1
Up to
is
y'all.
in a
Let me
little
know.
bit of a military outpost here. It's tucked away in this little building. Both sides are going to see the exact position of that terminal.
Yes.
But it's got a fence perimeter, so not really good for that. What am I trying to say? It doesn't have a good perimeter because it's just a wire mesh fence. You can easily shoot people through. It doesn't provide any good cover or concealment.
Yeah, you can still you can enhance movement over it too, I believe. You just ignore that the barbed wire even exists and just hop right on over.
But
BTRs can
otherwise,
run it
I mean,
down.
they've got this nice little side barracks building, but actually it's more of like an office building, but you see it in military complexes. You can get on the roof, though, and fortify that, but because it's out of the Blue 4 safe start zone, you're not going to be able to see any Blue 4 fortified tool use in this sector. So it's not a bad sector, but I wouldn't be quick to rush people in to defend it, as you said earlier, because it's outside of their zone.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the case, just because it's like I said, they could just follow the road going straight south, but they don't know exactly where Red Force starts, so they may assume that they start maybe in the town of Nyman, and it's a lot closer than where they actually are. So they may just quickly cut their losses and just not really hold that one.
Real quick, I gotta answer something in chat. They do limit NA people from the NA server and EU people from the EU server. NA communities have first dibs in RSVPing for the NA server, and the EU communities have first dibs in RSVPing for the EU server. That's why you see NA players from communities have to join Centaur to join into the NA branch, and EU communities have to join Centaur to join into the EU branch. Communities can only RSVP for one event or the other, not for both, week to week. Sorry, I just want to answer that in chat.
No, I didn't even know that. That makes sense. like
I'm just clarifying because people are asking a bunch of questions on how it works. So I just
Mm-hmm.
want to be informal. But anyway, back to Terminal 2.
Yeah, Terminal 2 is a bit of a residential area, bit of a two-story farm building. Limited access inside. Windows will be looking out southwest over where Tessic is building a nice little watchtower position with some PESCO barriers and such. But as for the terminal itself, it's going to be in this wooden long barn area. Or not quite long barn, but like a short barn, I guess you could say. But it's right in the middle of that. You could shoot through that wood fairly easily, peek through it as well, through the little cracks and holes. Some chicken coops and log piles populate the area around it. It's not terrible. The field going from east to south, that open area should provide some open ground for easy defenses. And yeah, actually, looking around it, it is pretty well open from the west and the south as well. They'd have to be got into the open at some point. So we could see a Thunder Run once they get up closer, or maybe they'll just have the BTRs lay down suppressive fire while the infantry move up and smoke it. But not a bad position. Tessic obviously is putting up some defenses more towards the road. And yeah. Yeah, VN11,
It's a good call. He's
get
trying
out.
to
You
capitalize
shouldn't even be
on
in here
putting
for the
Overwatch
brief.
elements to cover this open field, just in case
I know you're on
infantry
defending
try a
side,
smoke
but
rush or a
shoot,
thunder run.
please.
So it's a good call there to get a good fortified position in that spot. I could see Blue 4 just building a lot of fortifications around Terminal 2 and trying their best to hold it, and then maybe a skeleton crew at 3.
Wait, VN11,
just
are you
in
playing or
case.
no?
Because
Or are you just
weirdly
cheering for
enough,
this
for
chess?
these rush style events,
Because if
we
you're
do
not
see
playing,
the
then you're
attacking
fine.
factions
I thought
sometimes
you said you
treat
were
it
playing.
like it's a regular non-rush and still send a force to the rear elements.
Because if you are playing, you
only to
shouldn't even
just
be
split
talking
off,
during this. You
know,
should be
from the main
in
attack
your
and
thing.
just weaken themselves and usually get killed. You remember that Zelenogorsk fight?
How long ago?
For Chernarus 2020, when they sent like their main force to the third terminal, or was it the third sector that couldn't even be capped yet, and they just got annihilated?
Yes. Okay, you're not playing. Okay, then you're good.
Why
I'm sorry, that's on me. I apologize.
I hope we don't see that here
I
today.
apologize.
What I would like to see Blue 4 do is take one of the vehicles. A quad bike would work for this, or one of the unarmed Humvees. Have someone with an explosive satchel drive up to Terminal 1, rig Terminal 1 to blow, and then go hide and then set the charges off as the enemy force comes in.
That'd be
That
a
would be
good way to
smart.
do it. Well, we've seen that happen before, but it's like you almost need like a spotter and the clacker, be two separate people, because it takes a second to pull up the ace menu to
Yeah, they have to be sitting on that menu, but you can look at it and still have that menu up if you're prone. You just have to find a really good spot to hide.
That is true.
All right, you want to look at Terminal 3? We
Yeah,
still got
sure.
5 minutes.
Absolutely, I will look at Terminal 3. Terminal 3 is
It's
it's a
middle of
shitter. It's a
nowhere.
shitter shack. Yeah, it's we've seen this kind of area before, but it is very much in the middle of the woods. It's where Finn comes out with Iander on their summer holidays. They come out to a cabin in the woods and they have some fun together. But yeah, they have some natural rock formations. The terrain kind of lends itself to a nice pocket defense if they hold those ridge lines. But the tree cover, especially to the east, northeast.
The thick trees we're having here that are right on these hills just offer way too much cover and concealment for an attacking force to come in. This is not a good defensive AO. So I think Blue Force is just going to go all eggs in one basket, whole Terminal 2.
We do have actually a lot of people looking to go north. So I mean, obviously similar to what we saw with the last one, they have a lot more room to go north. They go all the way to the town of Saint-Pie and set up there and then push west to Terminal 3. But maybe they're just waiting for everyone to get loaded up before they do that. But yeah, similar to what we saw with Takistan in the first round. Just looking at the map, that's kind of all you have to go off of before you actually get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that's going to be a good spot. I think two. I mean, honestly,
based
one
on
would.
the amount of. Go ahead. Sorry.
If they had access to Hupaka and they could have set up this would have been a great town to defend it. We've seen it defended before, actually. I'm pretty sure, but because they'd have to rush down here if they wanted to hold this first terminal. I don't think they're going to try and do that. Yeah, it's not worth it because then you can't set up a good defense in the 2 minutes tops that you would have before Red Force starts knocking.
Based on what I'm seeing deploy here, I think Blue 4 is going to go for that all.
Tarnvok, no, I'm not writing FNF fan fiction. God damn it.
But I mean, they're building some really good perimeters here, and they could space themselves out and hold a lot of territory. So I'll be curious to see how this all plays out. But with that all eggs in one basket approach, it's going to be a very lengthy firefight, because whenever the defending side picks one spot to just hold on, they're not really relying on the clock. The clock can be one of your biggest allies as a defending force, which is why you usually see spread out plays. But with all eggs in one basket, you're relying on your guys to defeat the enemy despite them having a numbers advantage. And making these big kill zones to potentially catch the BTR-80s out of position with that Moz gun, that's really going to test... Who was it on there? Iander? No, it's
NAFs.
It's FUS. NAFs is OPFOR though.
Wait, but what are you talking? I honestly
I'm talking
wasn't
about
into.
Blue4's Matt Gunner with the Moz, who try to snipe out OPFOR's BTRs that might come up from the direct south.
Oh,
Because BTRs, if they're not taken care of, can be a really nasty force multiplier on OPFOR.
Let's see. I actually don't know because they're Charlie 2 for Blue 4 is all in vehicles.
Yeah,
so
they're all in Vic.
It'd be one of one RW though, and they're all pretty good people. We also have Koak as from the I think he's part of the Serbians. So lots of good players in Charlie 2. Whoever has it will be they'll have a decent chance at hitting what they want. Yeah, if you want the Lyra and Barb fan fiction, it's on our OnlyFans. It is on the premium tier at $20 a pop per month. Thank you.
Don't tempt my people, because they're going to jump up and eat that.
Oh.
I don't want to have to deal with that, please. Please spare me. Were you back in the day when Reno wrote a fan fiction between me and Sniper Wolf?
No, and I do not want to hear that.
Don't. I had to live with that, okay? Let's not go there.
Hey, let's not forget Titans.
All right. Well, anyway, we have Scandi Recon boarding the helicopter here. They might be deployed on a different flank.
Yeah, they I think they actually have some
full.
people. Yeah, Chopper's full, so is it who else in there? Yeah, we have
I think there's one more seat actually, but
well, whatever the case is, we have Yanni, Az, Nim, Procyon, Malam, Nafs, and Iander all in the Kasatka. Yeah, I could see that this is a great way to utilize Scandi. They could drop them off pretty much anywhere, and they can land nav themselves to be just a thorn in the side. It's shoot and scoot kind of tactics. Do whatever they want to. That is absolutely Scandi's thing. I've said it time and time again. Let them off a leash.
Scandi up though, because we have their dominators in Blue 4 Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 UPSC. We watched them destroy Scandi 3-0 in FNF Titans.
That is true, but again, that is a different game style. That's why we saw some names that we don't really see dominate in normal FNF just go ham repeatedly. But you are absolutely right. We had to kind of temper our expectations with Scandi a little bit when FNF Titans was happening.
All right, so we have the armed vehicles rushing down.
Why does Whiskey says Buffalo and
it
add a slash of Buffalo sauce too?
They're going to try to use those to find and eliminate OPFOR's push in by vehicles. And even though OPFOR has some BTR-80s, those 50 cals can still do a significant amount of damage. So I'll be curious to see how much a Blue 4 can get away with before its Vics are taken out.
Yeah, those 50 cals can turn them into Swiss cheese, but they need to really hit them from the side. Any infantry that they have on top, of course, would be vulnerable to that fire, but it looks like the BTRs actually just have the crew inside, and they've kept all the infantry to those gas trucks. We see Easton's truck with 7, Hudson's with 10, and Indigo's with 16. So if those zombies kind of lie in wait and try and spring an ambush, then they could very easily get a healthy chunk of kills early on, but they're actually going to turn tail and head back up north, as I'm pretty sure Red 4 is going to do a dismount and then walk up under the cover of those BTRs.
Blue 4 is actually sending a squad down Delta. They're going to actually try to mount a defense on Terminal 1. That or an ambush.
Bloodpack, thank you for the follow.
Also, KA-60 coming in to the westernmost corner of the map to deploy Scandi Recon.
Oh. Well, to be fair, having them... Yeah, that is absolutely the furthest west corner of the map. That is amazing. Naps, no! Naps! Naps, no! Naps, no! Oh, thank God. Oh, my God.
He was running out of bounds. Yep, because that's a kill zone.
Yeah, he ran direct north right out of the bounds. Oh, God.
Hold up, convoy. Yep, Op 4 convoy spotted Blue 4 mass in the road, and they're now turning off.
Yeah, they didn't really do a dismount.
Standing there as well.
They've pushed up really close, and the Humvees are here too. Shots ringing out.
It's Mass trying to engage the 4IB truck dismount.
Hey, Chibi, thank you for the gift sub.
Blue 4 are way out of position here.
Mass was actually a good grenade. Gonna hurt Hudson a bit there. Actually downs Hudson. First blood is drawn and takes down Hudson, who is Bravo 2 team lead. Good nade from Mass. But he's gonna get caught out by Valenti and Gates here in a second as he tries to get into the 2-story. He's actually gonna be able to get away. If he can cover his tracks, he can maintain his cover a little bit longer. But and he does. So the tension is building. Olalas breaks it with McCarthy.
Olalas gets picked off there.
Ooh, yeah, McCarthy, good kill on for him. Actually, who was that got it? I don't know who got it. Whatever the case is.
Trying to put some machine gun fire down.
Yep, FPS, the checks are opening up on Lussad's group, and Arkar looking like he's poking around the objective area. He shouldn't see anyone, so he should try and make a push for it.
This is going to be a really interesting play by Blue 4 here. They are outnumbered at least 3-1. So we'll see how much their opening defenders can hold here. Boyka getting some enfilading fire on him from Marcus, and he actually gets knocked out.
Very nice.
You know, this is an AO that I've actually seen used time and time again. There were 2 Christmas ops done in this sector like a month apart a few months ago. So some of these players I know were in here for those operations. So
I prefer the old one too, but I get why they... I'm glad they did the Lizard instead of the changing it every 24 hours.
4IB are being very aggressive here, starting to move guys up the left flank behind this little burr.
RCC and Myrmidon Legion moving out to the east, maybe try and get an circle around the terminal, but yeah, they should notice soon enough that there is no one here.
So I wonder, after they take the terminal, is Op4 going to pull back and try to maneuver around this Blue 4 defense force? Or are they going to have Echo and Delta close the gap here and attack this Blue 4 force from the northeast and just try to eliminate it outright? Because Blue 4, from the looks of it, have been quickly pulling back. They've only taken a single casualty here, as most of them are now mounting back up in vehicles and pulling away.
Oh, Mass hits a tree and gets one of his guys in the back killed. That would be... Actually, I don't know who that was. Yeah, Tessic. And Olalas down back there with the first engagement, but Tessic going down very early on. I hate to see that. He's a good guy.
Is it with an S?
Tessic, yeah.
Tessic, okay. I've been saying Tekic, my bad.
Well, you also call Olasas and Emiskov, so...
No, it's Emiskov. Get it right, Barbarian. Wow. Anyway, 4IB pushing where Blue 4 was. And Blue 4, I guess we're just trying to hold the line there.
Yeah, big rip.
Let's see how many kills they got. I actually don't see any skulls. Did Foika wake back up? Foika did wake back up. So
yes.
It was just a delaying tactic to help delay Op4, so they would buy a few more minutes for the all eggs in one basket approach.
By the way, two quick updates. Yep. So Red 4 X-Ray, they pushed up in the quad bikes, actually managed to get around Anderson, Ape of the Stars, Cheese, and Shepard, who are off on the western flank as well, but they got around them, and they're pretty close to Terminal 3. The Kasaka went back for the rest of Scandi, and now they're being dropped off in that same western corner as they're pretty close by. But with X-Ray now pushing in for Terminal 3, I don't know what exactly their purpose is. Finn doing the cool guy thing and fast roping in. Thank God they didn't fucking armor the Kasatka. But yeah, they fast rope down instead of taking
They want their moment.
Yeah, they wanted their moment because that's probably all they're gonna get this round, I think.
So this opens the opportunity for Op4 to send in Scandi Recon on the flank of Terminal 2 as their main force pushes in, but there's going to be another 15 minutes or so of maneuvering, but Blue 4 has room to potentially do a counterattack into Terminal 1. But if Blue 4 loses Terminal 3, Terminal 2, then Terminal 3 is just going to be immediately touched and it'll be over.
Pretty much. And
so Terminal 1.
I think it's gonna kind of come down to how willing they are to die at Terminal 2. They've done a great job building up the defenses around it, using the terrain, lots of Hescos, sandbags, etc., trenches, whatever you want. But they could still, try and, say, okay, we have the opportunity now to fall back to Terminal 3. Let's fall back to Terminal 3 and, try and set up a last-minute defense there. But then, halfway there, Terminal 2 pops, and then they get Terminal 3 popped as well. They could, with only, if Scandi catches up to them, then, that'd be a full squad and a half at least over there at Terminal 3. But if it's only X-Ray, Blue 4 could, in theory, overpower them and reset the terminal, but that's pretty far away to just, bullshit about.
Yeah. So real quick, Wheaton and Firefighter were trying to pick up
I think
Attila,
so too, Steve. I think X-Ray kind of cucked them.
Attila pulled back, and now you got 4 IB guys blindly suppressing the tree line, trying to find where Blue 4 was engaging them from. But I think we also have another 2-man team that wasn't able to board. Mattis, I'm, again, sorry if I'm butchering these, and 10 Patrick. They might also try to do something similar, but they might be able to help slow down Op4 just to buy Blue 4 time.
Yeah, these are part of the check guys as well, and that Blue 4 Delta too. 10 Patrick is the has a saw, and Mattis just has the 2-4 or M4 rather. Terminal 1 hack complete, and we'll see that blow up really quick.
So Dreams, who is in King Shabi's BTR, just did a massive burst of 7.62 and was able to knock out Firefighter. Actually, from the sound of it, I think it was 12.7. Excuse me, 14.5 millimeter.
Did you say King
Shabi? Rifle. Yes, King Shib. Is that
King Shibe, like Shiba Inu.
Like the doc. Gotcha. Okay. So King Shibe got the knockout.
Yeah, you said on point. Oh, that's funny because he fucked up Shibe
to rescue Firefighter, but that was 14.5 millimeters, so he's going to require a lot of bandaging here, and hopefully that BTR doesn't continue the suppression. But I think that BTR is noticing that smoke and instead opting to push up.
Shibe.
Try and see if it can get another kill here on whoever deployed that smoke in the first place. Also, the M2 Humvees are trying to pull on the rear of the Op4 force on the southern side. We just had an explosive trap go off, but it didn't net any kills, unfortunately.
Yeah, it went off actually pretty close to Stalin's BTR, but took down that 2-story building, and not much else. Oh, and I think there was another one over to the north, because that's also been turned to ruin, but I don't see an explosive down over there, so I don't know.
Hold up. Gamma 1, this is the up-armored Humvee is coming in.
Oh, yeah, they're doing
the wrong way. It is honking.
Look at me! Look at me!
I think it's just trying to see where Op4's forces are. Those Humvees, though, if they were to actually look around, they could catch some of Op4 remounting in vehicles and do some significant damage, but I think they're just doing some blind harassment right now as they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, Swola and Layden are the two there doing wild weasel runs. Yeah, they saw pretty much nothing, so they're probably going to come back down to the crossroads and head back up north, try to catch some Red 4 forces in the rear. They could find Fishersvik, they could find Omega and Jonathan, potentially. They take it right here. Other Humvees coming in as well. Yep. Finds pads as gas. And put some shots in the tire, and that's about it. What about STS? Is he going to open up?
Slowing down. That other Vic can easily just spray into it. Come on.
Yep.
STS, come on.
He sees it there.
I just saw blood.
Fisher hops out. Pads is still up. And now the BTR turned around and is firing at them. Oh, that's blood in there. That's the gunner dead.
Wow.
Who else
I
is
think
up in there?
both the driver and gunner down.
No, driver's still up.
just
Driver
waiting.
is Swola. We still have Mister in that pick as well. He needs to get in there and take that gun over.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get butchered by these BTRs.
And that's what he does, but he hops in the LRAS.
BTS also getting knocked out.
Yep, he's out. He's the gunner as
And
well.
Those BTRs were just kind of thrown away right there. Not good for Blue 4.
Oh man, look at Misa's first person, just seeing a naked man in the turret swinging about. Oh, that's morbid.
The gunner wakes back up for STS, is Vic.
Yeah, that
They
is
might
actually
try to do a
STS.
flank connection on those BTRs or pull back. I don't know.
Well, either way, the direction they're going to find that, as now the Kasatka is flying over them. Is the Kasatka hit? No, okay, it was just drifting weird.
BTR firing in the forest. I think they thought they spotted something.
But no. Well, there's the Humvee
No,
over there.
That was the Humvee. Yep.
But because the gunner
We
is
don't
down
see
in
because
there.
The gunner's dead, so it
Exactly.
makes Arma thinks it doesn't have anything in there.
Exactly, because ARM is a perfect game with no mistakes or bugs or technical glitches whatsoever. STS is Humvee coming back around, still prowling around those woods. I mean, again, if they can at least take down one of those BTRs, it will be worth it, because that is what they are designed to counter in this mission. That's why they're there, to counter the APC.
By the way,
do-
Ten Patrick and Matos are on the rear of some Op4 elements here. You got Tendies and Mass also close by as this Pioneer Op4 force is pushing north.
Mike is looking down at them. I don't know if he spotted them at all, but yeah, Tendies, he might spot Hudson, Bedekovich, Gates, and Valenti here. With that 203, he could cause some pretty nasty damage. If he could take out Valenti, that machine gunner, that would really open him up to do a great strike. But he may just hold off. He is Platoon 2 HQ,
Yeah, I think
so
they're
that
gonna
does
lay
make
low and
sense.
just feed info. But Tendies is very close to hostiles right now.
Oh, but Hudson coming up to his right. Did Hudson spot him?
No.
No. Look how close they
Mike
are to
just
each
got
other.
picked off. The other group, Ten Patrick, gets eliminated.
Matus as well, getting some shots real close to him. Rolls out of the tree. Opens up.
Doing his best to hold.
Gets
Lusoda
one.
returning fire with the GL. Misses. Mike waking back up.
Tendies
50 cal
opens up as well.
meanwhile pulled up to the rear of
Ooh.
Shafi's BTR and opened fire.
Tendies opened up. Hudson is
That's
on
spotted
him.
by Hudson
Yep.
and knocked out by Hudson.
So Blue 4.
Maku's also down by Lusoda and Killer. Killer very good with his rifle. Seen some more shots put on Tendi's position.
Yeah, I think that with that nade. Maybe. I think he just failed to wake up as well. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He's not waking back up on his own accord.
Got Wheaton now trying to fire at Alpha 1 elements.
It's good music
But the
being on.
BTR's turned around and is looking in that direction. It's a returning fire on Wheaton's position. So he quickly goes prone to evade those bullets.
Yep. That 14.5 though, just a few of those will ruin your day.
Meanwhile, another
Oh.
firefight going on.
Real quick, no, the
eastern flank.
No, the She-based BTR opened up on STS's Humvee again. STS goes down again in the gunner seat,
Ouch.
but the Humvee is able to get out of there. Again, that's what the unarmed ones. Even the 7.62 could do some damage to it, but again, STS goes down and gonna need some help getting back up.
Meanwhile,
But-
Blue 4 on the eastern flank. They have a BTR to
Oh
contend
my
with, but
God.
it is pushing up on its own. If AT were to get out, it would have a really good shot.
Stanners with the
But
Moz.
there's no AT.
What do you mean? Stanners has the Moz.
Stanners with the Moz. You're right. So
Gets
now
a
the
hit.
Moz
There it is, cooking off.
Good shot.
Bassbeard hops
Not
up.
gonna get out. He's going to be picked apart.
Not really, actually. You get some good shots around Holton. Oh, there it goes. I think Holton finally got a headshot onto him.
Because he appears to be dead. I could be wrong.
Who? Oh, Bassbeard? Yeah, I think I just lagged out for a second.
Navy taking some shots. Nazi pushing up to Navy's position, knocking him out. There's the explosion. So
Smoke
this
grenade.
is the weapon squad for Blue 4 doing its best to hold. We
Mhm.
got Thompson here on his own trying to
Oh,
bandage.
God. Yeah, he's got about a dozen and a half or so. Redford just crawling around his position. A rock and a tree separating him from Indigo. And Edwin's pushing up to his position as well. Thompson about to get done with the bandage. Does he see the movement in front of him from Bacon? Crawls up a little bit.
Bloopin' Boopin' making the rookie mistake of not checking everywhere as he moves up. And now Thompson gets a free kill.
He gets Salader. Yep. Edwin coming around to his right. Does he
doesn't
see
hear
that?
it, and he just
No,
runs by.
he doesn't see it because the first person perspective. He was reloading, so it covered a perfectly camouflaged Edwin, and now Bacon gets under fire. Agent Jojo,
Yeah,
thank
he
you for the follow.
survived, though, so he's going to start bandaging. We got Blucko back here. He's behind his friend's body. Thompson's going to pull back a little bit.
Yep, he needs to
got
try
most of
and
Blue
withdraw.
for now. Charlie 2 pulling away in the Humvee, so Thompson is now on his own, and so is Husky to the south.
Yep. So they missed the evac call,
Thompson
and so
knocking
they're on
Blucko
the...
out.
But where is his Glocko? He should have used it.
And now you got Thecky and Snoof coming up.
Oh,
Gonna
Thecky,
check
though.
this rock.
Thecky, he's
knows.
like, hi, how are you? But doesn't secure the kill. Thompson almost got the
man.
reaction off.
Yeah, he almost got a trade on Thecky there, but Snoof helped with that PKM to
Oof.
make sure he went down. But, I mean, Thompson got 2 free kills off of that. That's pretty good.
Absolutely. Pierce, by the way, also got killed in the warehouse by Husky's position. He was the Charlie 2 lead. Fonz, Thompson, Firefly all down for Charlie 2. So not without its cost, but taking down one of the 2 BTRs is very much a net gain for Blue 4.
Got some more blue. Actually, no, these are the same Blue 4 Vex of Charlie 2 pulling out of the region. The KA-60 buzzed them. And Blue 4 is trying to set up their final defensive lines here. So I do see Shepard trying to take some lawn shots here.
So real quick,
some elements of Bravo 2 in the back. Go ahead.
Red 4 X-Ray, they've actually pushed east of Terminal 3 now. They've abandoned it itself. Scandi is in the back lines to the north of Terminal 3 by about half a click or so. Again, they haven't seen any kind of action. I don't think they will unless they move closer in. But leaving Terminal 3 inactive, I mean, they could try and encapsulate the rest of Blue 4 guys here at Terminal 2 and eliminate all of them. And that would pretty much win the round for them. It would just be a matter of wiping out the rest. Go ahead.
Real quick, the other BTR just stopped being on fire. It's in the middle of the Blue 4 position to the south in the open field. So it
How'd
got
that
taken
happen?
out earlier.
All right, I'm going to check these guys. Who has a fucking vehicle kill? Would it be STS? No, he doesn't. Not Wheaton. Ash in the... No, not the Humvee. That didn't set it off. So then what the fuck killed him?
So it cooked off. So what I'm going to look at is, does STS have his stick? He does not.
So it could have been...
STS got the kill. He just wasn't credited for the cook-off kill.
Yeah, because
STS
armor.
does not have his stick with him. So
Yes, that would make sense. So, no, that does make sense.
they're able to pick off the other BTR, depriving OPFOR of their vehicle support. Those 14.5 millimeters, really nasty against the defending faction here. But without those BTRs, it's going to be infantry on infantry. And now I'm trying to look around to see, does Blue 4 still have some of their 50 Calvics? They do. Ash is still in one of them on the gun, just holding it for now. It is the unarmed one, though.
Unarmored.
Yeah, unarmored, excuse me.
And then
And I'm trying to
Swola...
find the armored one.
Yeah, Swola is by it. I think they're trying to get it patched up a little bit. STS... no, not STS. Layden is still dead in the turret for that one. I think they're trying to work on getting his body out because when Misu tried to get into it, he got into the LRAS box because, like the AGS on the Gaz, it is 2 separate, like, quote-unquote positions. According
By
to
the way,
game.
real quick, if you look over to the east, Charlie 2 has redeployed by a barn. They dug up a few trenches, and now they're trying to use their medium machine guns to fire shots to, again, continue to slow the eastern approach.
They just got one, too. I just saw a guy drop. Yeah, one of the machine gunners. I think... Snoof. Yeah, Snoof just got taken out. He was on 2 kills. And from...
Amazing.
Yeah, like a few hundred meters, he got taken out. Good shooting. I'm gonna pour myself some whiskey.
Wait, was he Blue 4 or Op 4?
Snoof was Red 4.
Gotcha.
He was a PKM gunner with, I believe... Delta
I
2
see his
with
body. Yep,
RCC.
He's
Yeah.
by Moon right now.
Yep.
Good pick off there. He was a PKP gunner, actually. You can tell by the black rifle instead of the orange one. So a free kill right there. Looks like Blue 4 is going to remount and bug off.
Hey, Cross, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
But as long as they're slowing down
Webcam wasn't
the advance
working
of one
today,
of the
which is
pincers, that's
unfortunate.
gonna
I got
delay
some
Op 4
fresh
into
clothes
taking
for work
Terminal
as
2,
well, and I
because
was
right now
gonna
Blue 4
show
is
those
doing
off a little
everything
bit.
in their
Nice little
power
outfit, but
to
not
slow
today,
Op
apparently.
4. And we're actually
Oh,
going to
well.
approach the 25 minutes remaining mark in a few minutes here.
Yeah.
We've got an armed Humvee driving by.
Okay, X-Ray has been spotted out by Armor Jesus and Flux over to the northwest, so that movement has been called out. Scandy still up to the north with their 10 or so individuals, still way off in the woods, but that could cause some trouble for them moving forward.
That was the UPSE guys
Glad there's
spotting
some D&D
X-Ray.
there?
Again,
Ooh, very
they're
nice.
cream of the crop, some of the best. I would compare them with Scandy. But otherwise, we're just having Blue 4 closing their forces around Terminal 2. This is going to mean 27 minutes of Terminal 2 defense. Do you think they're going to be able to hold, Barb?
I mean, they have their best chances to hold here with how much they've dug up. I mean, as it's gone on, they've just continued to dig more and more. I think if they're able to consolidate their forces, get Charlie 2 back here, or maybe they just continue to try and delay. The Humvee did come back here, but it's already starting to head back south. I think if they have a good chance of holding at Terminal 2, but the longer they can keep Red 4 away from Terminal 2, the better as well, if that makes sense. STS now driving right by 4IB. They got, yes, Juckers. Juckers with that RPG-26.
I'm not seeing any smoke come out of the engine.
Nope, and it's still rolling strong. So that is unfortunate. Probably hit that back, the trunk area if I had to guess.
The right front window, though.
Yeah. Damn.
Ouch. You got to remember, just because AT hits a vehicle, it doesn't mean it's always going to get a kill. But now we're seeing a shit ton of smoke.
Yeah, that was
4IB guys.
Yeah, because it was this Cheese and Dakota. Dakota with the SSWT kit. You don't have to see that utilized.
Stabilizing his marksman rifle so he can get some more accurate shots there. That's enough to make 4IB route and continue pushing up to the objective.
I think the RPG-26 is also the weakest of the RHS launchers. So, but again, that is also the unarmored Humvee, so it's more just unlucky than anything, because that was a pretty clean hit into the side.
Normally, a hit to the front would kill the engine, but
I thought it was to the side.
To the rear. Yeah, it had to have been from the side, because if it hit the engine,
like
or just the front half of it, it should have hit the engine and destroyed it. So it's just unlucky at that point.
Been in storage since 1965. The chemicals in it kind of degraded. Yeah. Big firefight coming out to the southeast of Terminal 2. Blue 4 Delta 2, again, caught him with Red 4 Delta 2. Killer getting caught in the crossfire, and he goes down as Hudson and Valenti, Gates and Bedekovich coming around from the west side. So we're going to have a bit of a two-pronged attack coming in from these Red 4 guys. Should be able to pick apart these guys, and I'm already seeing Blue 4 members
Hudson
start to
just
drop.
Got a kill, yep.
Yep.
Also, Cosmonaut coming in my chat saying the RHS Humvee just don't have enough critical parts to hit easily. It's cursed FNF for years.
I'll accept that narrative, even though I have no reason to you know, to
what's that saying? It should still do damage to the hull, but the hull doesn't always, you know. One AT shot isn't going to completely destroy the hull, and yes, RHS Vics are tanky as fuck. Especially the UH-1s and the BTR-70s. Those are always just super fucking tanky, but back to the action. Blue 4 getting cut apart here as Op 4 has Hudson trying to circle around as well as Bedekovich. And there's only 3 Blue 4 guys remaining.
Scandi now way up to the north. They're pushing in a battle line through the east side of Sompi. So they might get into contact with King and Mike from Blue 4 as the K60 is doing some kind of runs up above. They can't do any recon or anything. They don't have a camera. I think they're just trying to draw fire, but at that height, no one is going to try and open up on that thing, I don't think. Yeah, Cross, that's good to hear. I'm going to be doing a lot of streaming tomorrow.
Hudson trying to put a GL
so
on
that's going to be fun.
Diffie. Managed to pick off Marcus with that 545. I'm a little worried about that Op 4 group at Hill 5-7 because they got some Blue 4 guys close in from the south. They could quickly get encircled. Dardis getting knocked out and eliminated by, I believe, Hudson again. He's on 4 kills for himself.
I saw Dream taking a lot of fire from Alpha in the 2-story by Terminal 2. Him and his group are pretty well pinned down, and yeah, those Blue 4 guys, Anderson, Wheaton, Aim to the Stars, and STS and the Humvee now, could be coming up down there. Anderson looking for a clean shot, actually opened up with that 203. Shots are pretty high, but Dream is too preoccupied to really notice. And there he goes. Anderson gets the drop on Dream and sends him to, well, I guess Dreamland.
Right, also getting knocked out by the defenders at the terminal site itself. Flares are being shot in the terminal, trying to blind Blue 4. Not a bad tactic. And you still have the M2 Humvee with the down gunner driving around in the open.
Ooh, Anderson gets spotted out by Attila from 4IB. So that rear flank now has been spotted and should be called out. But Aim at the Stars and Wheaton there, part of an X-ray for Blue 4, should be able to assist. And just the splitting up the attention of these guys should help facilitate some more kills. Scandi now past the town of Sompi, and they're proceeding into the woods.
Meanwhile, the rest of that Eastern Blue 4 force, the last guy, DFI, was taken out by Vidovich, coming up and just double tapping him in the tree. Yep,
we still have broken.
And now it's just up to this one up group that's right up to the sector, but
CZ.
They're having Point Man,
Shelters are on
and
Panzerzus,
Dylan
but
come
yeah,
up,
rip
as
them
well as
to cuff.
Coda joining them from the north, and then to the direct south, you already mentioned Anderson, Wheaton, and STS with the armored M2 Vic coming up. Actually, that's the unarmored one. But they still have that 50 cal to work with. So I think 4IB is going to get encircled and killed off, unfortunately. But Op4 definitely redeploying their forces for a northern attack, and that is where Blue 4 is not ready to counter them. So good call by Op4 Command, who is Fisher. Actually, I haven't seen Command that much in FNF.
Now, Alpha 1, Von, Coda, Dylan, and Pointman, you might have been talking about this earlier, but they've pushed in real close to these 4IB guys, and they're trying to get into a little bit of a knife fight with them. Positioning it isn't the best. 4IB have taken refuge in this house and have a bunch of windows to shoot out of and a bit more cover, but the GLs are kind of turned that against them, as Attila, I think took one to the face.
Is the sacrificial lamb here to make Blue 4 focus on defending the southern side, as Op4 is now redeploying to the north, following Scandi Recon's lead.
Yep.
To basically just push in, take that terminal, because then the X-ray just has to run over and take the last one, or even the
helicopter. Yeah, I was just thinking, yeah, the helicopter could land in this clearing and then just pilot hops out and takes it, because they've already cleared it out. They said, yeah, no one was here.
Yeah, no one's there. So
how much time left?
Right?
As far as time left, we are coming up on just more than 20 minutes left, which is plenty of time, especially with that K-60 if that can redeploy quickly to Terminal 3. Yeah, Op4's doing a good job sweeping these forests. Now Scandi, they're coming up really close, so it's almost
STS knocked out again.
NAF's opening up.
Sorry, continue.
NAF just opened up from the north, so that's them kind of made, though it could be it might take them a minute to realize where that fire is coming from exactly. But they are now definitely within engagement distance. King is pushing back, though, in between the lines of Scandi Recon. He's got him on the left and the right. He's going to see Az here real quick, but no, he doesn't.
But Az heads the first.
Yep.
Unable to land the headshot.
And King's just opening up with that 249, but now he's made. And he gets cut in, puts his gun in his back, and just runs for cover. King is running Serpentine. No, run in a straight line. You'll live longer. They taught me that in Generation Kill, at least. Oh my god. And now he's getting friendly fired
friendly fired by forces in the garrison.
And he's crippled.
Look
and
at all the bullets this dude has evaded, but he's still being friendly fired.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is. Who is that? I think it's
That's
Combo.
Combo firing at him.
Of course it's Combo. We've seen Combo. Oh, and he's got the 240 as well. With the 240 as well. Oh no. Yanni, Procyon, Nimia, Nyander have some smoke cover to work with, but Legal Action does the same thing as King and tries to go for the counter push, and he gets caught out as well by Yanni. Nyander throws a grenade right onto Legal Action. No, that's another smoke. Damn it.
There's a frag right there, though.
That's not a frag.
Satchel.
But the rock protects him. It's Legal Action satchels.
Back of his own.
No, those were both Legal Actions. No one else is a combat engineer near him.
I see, gotcha.
Yanni goes down by the wood piles.
Az not noticing Legal coming up to flank him. The smoke Legal used the smoke of the satchel charge to conceal his movement, to push up.
Possibly, and he takes down
Double
Az.
taps Az. Damn.
Nice. Now, what needs to happen here is the Bravo squad from Red 4 need to come in quick from the
Johnny's
east.
turned around, he's firing at legal action.
The Bravo squad is still a couple hundred meters out from the east, and they need to come in and start providing a supportive fire from this vector as well. Vonk and Dylan also in the mix near them. This is starting to fall apart really heavily for Red 4. I thought
Yeah,
this was Red 4's last hurrah.
Blue on bluing X-ray, or I guess red on red on this case.
No, I didn't. I didn't even see that.
Lubin, Edwin, Broche, Paladin, 1RCC, they're firing at X-ray for whatever reason.
No, Lord. It looks like they've stopped, and now they're shooting over towards Command, which is Twig King. But yeah, no, that is not good. Bravo now for Red 4. Push a bit up. Hudson and Lusad, they found some trenches, I think, were dug here by Blue 4. And so now they have a decent base of fire to start opening up on.
I'm not feeling real confident about Blue 4 right now because their numbers are getting really stretched thin here, and Optus has that number.
Yeah,
advantage to push in on.
it's starting to put to come back into Red 4's favor. I agree. I think there was a few too aggressive plays heading back north. Legal Action is still up. What is he on now? He is on.
And the
He's
KA-60 running
he's still on
flare
one.
distraction.
Yeah. Is it drawing fire though? That's the important part because I don't think they are. Not actual fire, you know.
For Blue 4 right now, he's running back to Terminal 3 to hold it last second. That's pretty funny.
Yep. And yeah, I don't know.
Clown also mounting up in a truck to try to drive there as well.
Ooh,
AT by Magnus going by, but it misses.
Yep, went
That's
way high.
20-meter shot, not even 15-meter shot.
It went high. The standard size from the
also
RPG-26 I think is 100 meters. So yeah, it makes sense. Another rocket goes out, and that wasn't even on target.
Major miss.
That wasn't even close. Humvee pulling up the rear as well. That's Ash in there as his gunner is dead. STS finally biting the bullet. Oh no.
We're about to have 15-minute warning called. I can see what Blue 4 is doing. They're trying to rush forces back to hold Terminal 3 because at least if they can hold a last-minute defense, they can deny the KA-60 from landing. Meanwhile, we got Guy Fury, Gonzo, and Kane. Kane's still down. Gonzo's trying to pick him up, but he's taking a lot of fire.
But there's
from
still
Lolo
plenty
and
of
Rex.
vehicles here for Red 4 to scavenge. They have a truck and an armored Humvee that they could use to easily get over there. With minute 30 on the timer, it's about to be 15 minutes left. I think Red 4 definitely still has a chance to push back to Terminal 3 and end this fight in a victory. Panzer Zeus, I think, dropped a nade right at his feet. And that's 2, but he pulls back.
More grenades being thrown by Magnus and Boopin.
No, I think that Blue 4, as the
Terminal.
noose tied around them, I think Blue 4 got way too... They focused too much on being counter-aggressive against this push. 15 minutes remaining. Guy Fieri almost bad-fragged himself.
There's a lot of skulls on both sides, but Blue 4 is very, very thin right now. There's at least less than a dozen remaining.
Yeah, I'd say it's about a 2-to-1 fight if I had to guess in Red 4's favor.
You already have Fred and Resurge for Op for X-Ray.
They're moving
They're
out.
already running back to Terminal 3 to kind of hold, but they've got Command
think-
and Cheese running
yeah.
after him.
I don't know if Cheese spotted them or not. He was looking in that direction, but I don't know if he was able to see them with the grass and everything.
And you still have, actually this is Misu now driving around in that Humvee to run a distraction here.
Yeah, he's the last one of the
It's a
golf
rock,
squad.
though.
And...
Jumps
Yep.
out and gets headshotted by Thicky.
Yep, Thicky is Thicky.
Hudson now trying to find an angle into this barn. Wuna covering though. Hudson, he might try to go for it thinking it's clear. Throws a grenade instead, but isn't able to get it through the slit in the barn.
Sergeant Rush pushing in. Wuna.
Wuna isn't able to hold.
Ooh, Hudson came in swinging.
And there's the hack.
Yep, that's a start now. It's up to Koak and Combo.
Shepard wasn't running back to Terminal 3, and you got Fred and Resurge now sprinting over. But we do have Clown who's stolen a gas, and he's going to try to drive back to Terminal 3 to hold on his own.
Now, real quick, it's not over
stop.
yet at Terminal 2. Combo and Koak still there. Koak looking like he's going to make a run for it. Bedekovich and Hudson are off to his right. This should be a clean kill because they're focused on medical. Koak holds his trigger for a second, gets Bedekovich, doesn't get Hudson. Doesn't get the clean
And
headshot.
Hudson gets the tap.
Yep, combo now.
Camo, meanwhile, running up.
Gets the
Buddy
kill.
taps him.
Now he needs to go in and find Rust. Rust hears those gunshots. But Combo finds him, and he's going to be able to stop the hack and reset the terminal. He's waiting to see what's going on. He's giving himself a breath. He's just giving himself a breath. He has plenty of time. And that's the terminal hack pause and reset because this is rush. This is not the regular terminal uplink.
Right.
So now they're going to scramble.
Doesn't wake back up though. Ooh,
Oh, well,
he
he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. So he's able to delay it by another minute or so.
Snack and Moon, but that's a good holdout there.
Does Dakota? Dakota has spotted Research. Dakota has spotted Research, and Fred gets some bad shots off and isn't able to secure that kill. So they're going to be able to get over at least closer to the terminal. But he does know that they're there. And we do have Clown in a stolen gas coming in as well.
I think he's going to be able to beat out Fred and Resurgence, but just barely, as long as he doesn't hit any trees.
Which I think he just did.
Yeah, he just got caught in a pine, so this is going to be close.
It's going to be close.
Is he going to be able to hold it for 10 minutes? I don't think so.
It's going to be a 2v2. Well, it's going to be two separate 1v2s if they're not able to coordinate. They do have a version of Blue Force Tracker, so Clown and Shepard, if they look at the map, they should be able to see each other on the map. But it's a different matter of finding the radio frequency because of the Orbat and being able to communicate with each other. Research and Fred have been sticking together, so they are going to be working a bit more in conjunction with each other, and I think a bit more effectively as well.
Anderson's still in the previous AO. He just shot out Mike.
The timer didn't reset? Okay, then I don't fucking know. We've been told like 5 different things about these fucking terminals. I don't know.
Yep, so you got Clown. He's going to dismount over at Terminal 3.
Fuck you as well. What's that? Fuck you. Meanie? Stinky? Clown does get there. Yep, you were absolutely right. I'm gonna drink my whiskey. All
right, Clown's going to have to hold. I really don't want to have to deal with your drunk ass in NA.
Says the one who got Stoly Doly.
Well, I got to keep up.
Okay. All right.
Hold up. Wait, we just saw a dismount from the helicopter. Airborne.
Airborne, yes.
It's air assault. Never mind. It would be, well, actually, if they jump out from
It's Halo, technically. Or I guess more Lalo?
No, this would be a Lalo. It's a low opening. No. Low altitude, low opening.
Yes.
Even though only 2 of them did the low opening and 1 of them got caught up there.
Yep, Dingo and Fisher hit the ground. Research is now coming in as well from the northeast.
All right, Clown.
Shepard and Fred in a firefight. Shepard doesn't get the clean kill, but he's able to down Fred.
That wasn't really a firefight. That was Fred spraying blindly as Dakota just made Fred his bitch with the marksman rifle.
That's one way of looking at it, I guess. Doesn't get
and
the
now
double
he
tap.
also sees Resurgence and he puts
Yep.
some shots in him. Pat's coming in a little hard. I'm surprised he didn't hurt himself with that one.
I know, right? Me too. Start running in. Just gonna find, might find the backside of Clown, but he actually goes over the ridge. Dingo coming in now from the other side. He might find Clown here.
Oh, you got 9 people coming up in another vehicle driven by
Oh,
Nemesis.
yeah.
There's no way in hell. I'm sorry.
10 minutes? No, I don't think so.
This is over. 9 minutes, 41 seconds. Clown driving around in the vehicle. Dingo has his AK-74U out, sprays at Clown. Clown drives back.
Yeah, that glass is a little bit armored. I don't know how well exactly, but it should be able to stand up to that at least. Pat's coming in from the north now, as well as Fisher and Research. But yeah, we have Gloppin, 4AB, Theki, Russ, Indigo, Nemesis all coming in. They are the cavalry. Shepard needs to take out these guys if he even wants to stand a chance. Clown hops out by Dingo. Those are some headshots.
Gets the kill on Dingo, but Dingo just pulled his handgun out.
It's been pretty good, Ems. How are you doing?
Nemesis is going to catch Dakota in the open, knocks him out, and gets the headshot as his body falls. Clown now driving up to the objective itself. Dude, this
Stamp
is the
Stream
end.
is cursed, yeah. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, there's plenty of AT on the field out here, so even if that thing is well armored, that's not going to stand up to AT.
Indigo is going to come in, start breaching with Juckers and booping. this is
Yep.
this is the end.
Yeah, Clown's he's getting out of there because he kind of has to if he wants to dismount and try and do something with it. But yeah, terminal hack has started, and I think this is the beginning of the end.
Well, we'll see how things
Oh,
go. in
Ems,
round
did you
three. I
watch
just saw
that
Blue 4
rough
guy
cut that
trying
I
to
sent
fight
you?
with
How'd you
Skip,
think of it?
And Skip won that fight. Clown, he's gonna try to come in, but he's immediately engaged by Fisher and Attila, and they knock him dead.
Yep,
That's it.
and that's GG. No one else is even close. In fact, if they kill Husky, well, no one's looking in his direction.
I'm gonna be honest, it was a good round. It was a
No,
round.
it was a very good
Op4
round.
Had a good hold, but Op4 just adapted and was able to take it back. And
I think Scandy's long play of coming in right in the nick of time to really encircle Terminal 2 shouldn't be understated, but it could have gotten a lot worse if Blue 4 had been a bit more stoic in their defense. Like I said, they really did a bunch of counter pushes. We had Legal Action, we had King, and I think a couple others try and push back north into these rocks and kind of sacrifice their defensive positions.
Firing at Moon's Vic as he drives up, because I believe that's actually a Blue 4 Vic he used.
Catted?
Yep. A little bit of miss PID, but at this rate, it's
Doesn't
the end.
matter.
Last 5 seconds.
And yeah, GG Red 4. That satchel goes out by Junkers.
Yeah, Junkers just threw one as a joke, but there's the Op4 victory.
Eason, right on there. Nice. Op4 wins. Yeah, I mean, I was with you, Steve. I was thinking that they got misused a little
They're
bit.
firing at their own helicopters.
Oh yeah, no, they've been doing some friendly fire. It'd be that way.
That's a hostile helicopter.
So now we're going on to round 3. Never mind, we're going to DTS.
All right, let's see what it is.
Isla Abramia. Isla. I've always called it Isla, but I've heard other people call it Isla or Illa. I thought it, whatever. But Invasion Attack Defense Sector by Andy, aka Anderson. Blue 4 is attacking Independent. Blue 4 gets a Wildcat. Independent has some transport and Iglas.
Sounds good. BRB 1 sec.
Sure thing. Go ahead and start that for y'all. And it might end a little bit early before the round actually starts. 2 bets is that. Oh, nice. Hello? Okay, my D key wasn't working there for a second. That was weird. So Leaders Chat, how are y'all doing? You enjoying this nice FNF EU? It's been good so far, I think. Some close rounds. Kind of not like, you know, nail-bitingly close, but close enough where things could go either way in the blink of an eye. And well, we had defenders win the first round and attackers win the second, so a good mix of that. And yeah. Yeah, big GG. What happened first round? Green 4 were defending against Blue 4 attacking. Blue 4 commander apparently only had planned out the first sector, and then the first sector, it was a sector defense, so obviously 3 sectors. First sector wasn't even defended, so that was an easy take. And then the Bluefoot commander hadn't planned much past that, so he just kept. They didn't really have a plan for the sectors that were actually defended, so they got bogged down, and yeah. Unfortunate, but hey, it'd be that way sometimes. Hems, what do you mean you added that? You still have to answer me. The Donetsk airport, I believe, was NA. Talking to your chat. And pasta salad. It's not really a best of 3. This isn't like Titans. This is more just
Casual PvP.
Yeah, casual. Each round is self-contained, but it is three different PvP rounds. So, with Stoli Doli, because it's just pineapple infused vodka. How much of the pineapple, because you say it takes out the impurities of the vodka and it makes the vodka itself taste better. Would you say it's like a tropical thing? Like a tropical vibe, especially with the pineapple?
I guess. I mean, give me 1 second.
Sure.
I mean, okay, so let me lower my mic because I was just taking a sip. When you smell it, you smell pineapple. When you taste it, you get a hint of pineapple, but it's still just the vodka flavor,
Mm-hmm. But there aren't the impurities, the rubbing
all the impurities
alcohol.
Went into the solid chunks of the pineapple instead.
Now,
so it actually tastes like a smooth. How would I? Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Take some more sips and tell me what it tastes like. Yeah, it's of course, alcoholic flow is like giving me a crash course on pineapple infusion.
It basically you're immediately met with like a subtle hint of pineapple as a taste, and then that just follows through with the vodka taste, and then you get like a very slight burn at the end, which at like a 1 to 10 for pungence, I would rate as like a 1 or 2 at best.
A bit of an alcohol burn, but not like you're chugging.
Yeah, it's
bottom shelf.
It's
vodka.
It's very smooth.
Nice. I might have to try that. How much? You said you get like the big handle, which is like 1.75 liters.
Yeah.
Now I will say
we fill like a full fucking pitcher or something with it, and we just put the sliced pineapple in, and it's good.
That's pretty good. What my dad has been doing recently, he's done limoncello, like homemade limoncello, and then orangecello. So with that, he's actually taken 100 proof moonshine, soaked, lemon rind or orange rinds in it, and then for I think like 2 or 3 weeks. Just out on the shelf, letting it sit out there, letting it the flavors really infuse. Then he mixes it with a simple syrup, something like 2 to 1 or 3, maybe even 3 to 1. He really makes it too sweet, but it's that same kind of thing, just letting it infuse for so long. Yeah, it's really good, but like the actual stuff from Italy, I think is better. I think he makes it a little bit too Americanized.
Yeah, that's fair. I personally like more sweet things because I have more of a sweet tooth.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm telling you, like, this stuff was like lemon syrup.
Good. I'm sorry to say. Like, I did a genetic test a while ago, and I found out I have the gene that makes up most beers for me taste like shit. So that's why I'm more of a cider guy.
That makes sense. Gonna hop on Shell and FNF? Well, good luck with your games.
But I've, like, even then, I still, like, find a good sweetness out of, like, Blue Moon, for example. And there's another, there's a Greek beer called Alpha that I really like drinking as well, that I got hooked on when I went to Greece for a few weeks with Bloodwing.
Yeah, that's when they gave you the Greek hypnosis, and they made you like all the Greek stuff. I gotcha.
Well, I mean, because, Bloodwing's a Greek agent, so that's where they interrogated me, of course, right? And I just don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, no, you obviously wouldn't remember it because they would very easily wipe that from your memory. Like that's standard procedure, I'm sure.
They asked me what the numbers meant, and they called me Mason a few times, and I just didn't know.
Who are you
And I
people?
went on a drunken stupor
Where's
across the
Reznov?
compound, and then the guy punched me, and then I just remembered everything. That's how it works.
The only thing I remember about the original Black Ops was that one mission in what's the walled city? Not Kwangtung. That's like Manchuria, but Kowloon. Fucking Kowloon.
Yeah.
And you put the glass in the guy's mouth. I always remember that. And you can also like find the fucking thunder gun in the campaign.
Yeah, because you have to shoot the Nova 6 canisters.
Yeah.
Not in order, but you have to destroy them all, and then you climb up, and then you hit a button,
and it
makes all
unlocks.
the numbers play, and then it opens the wall slot, and you get the thunder gun.
We got plenty of windows.
Plenty of windows, but the thunder gun sucks against AI. Let's be honest.
It was good in very tight corridors.
Yes, in the CQC elements, but the ray gun Easter egg in Call of Duty 4, that gun was better.
Yes, that was what, on the beach when you were landing against the Japanese, I think, right?
Dude, you know what I should do? I should find like a ray gun mod, and we should do like a.
You should put that in your
Storming.
Yes,
or like as an Easter egg and. Oh,
you gotta make it like an ARG thing. You gotta like really make it a puzzle or something to get it. But yeah, like you could make it like just a regular Colt 1911 re-scripted, like have that specific variable re-scripted.
You're giving me ideas, because the next multi-community op I'm doing in April is gonna be Pacific First.
That's what I'm saying. It's exactly the same way that you find that ray gun in the original fucking.
Man, you're making me. I'm writing this down. God damn it. God damn it.
Oh yeah, like Mustang and Sally too. Oh, if only there was like you could like an akimbo fucking thing. Oh, Mustang and Sally.
My favorite gun pair to use in fucking Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, man. The best pair, because that's what you never use at CQC, but if you're out in an open field and you need to take out a pair of zombies that you're training,
why has no one ever done like recreated Black Ops zombies in Arma? It'd be so easy to do with do Ryan's zombies.
A zombie wave defense game mode. I forget what it's called, but I played it a few months ago.
Thank you very much for the follow.
And friends. It was pretty fun.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, now I'm just imagining like all the ways, because like you didn't see it. NJ Patman for Coalition, he made Arma carts and showed that off the other day after Coalition did all their things. I think it was on Wednesday, but Whale was streaming it, and it was literally Mario Kart in Arma. Like they were using the quad bikes, but like he had power up script, like the item blocks. He had all the sound effects. He had like randomized items. He had like, and it was just amazing. He had a respawn system and a checkpoint system. It was so good. But like it just always surprises me what you're able to do in Arma, and so I can.
Well, the game's a sandbox,
Exactly.
You can literally mod whatever the fuck you want in the damn thing, and so it's pretty fun.
It's great. It's fucking great. I was still surprised that we were able to get a half-decent melee mod working. Like, someone actually made a melee mod that wasn't just like the Roman stuff.
What surprised me was usually the viewers will always ask me, hey, like, if I do something really niche, they'll always ask for it again. I've actually had players ask me, hey, can we do this again soon? So I'm thinking later this month, we'll probably do a second one, and I'll actually, like, hype it up and, like, spice it up properly to be, like, clear out an old castle that was filled with zombies.
Well, what I was thinking was, because the one that you've been doing was, like, you have a camp out in the middle of nowhere, and it's, it has the 4 entrances. I was thinking more like a wave thing, where it's, like, they have, one front, but they can fall back to certain points, but, like, maybe once a part has been like taken over by zombies, they can't go back in it, so they gotta like make the decision: do we fall back to the next one, or do we just hold here and maybe die?
What people didn't realize, but I think they started
I'm hydrating by the way,
is when they would do the attack animation, it wasn't direct in front of them, it was AoE, so you could have one guy do a slice attack forward
and kill like 3
and
zombies.
He would literally drop like 20 zombies around.
What?
It was actually, it was crazy to watch. So the balance of it's a little difficult. Like, if you use a bunch of runners, though, and you get, like, one guy by himself, he's going to get swarmed and completely fucked over. But, like, 5 guys in a wall doing a single lunge attack will literally wipe like 100 zombies charging forward. It's crazy. I loved it.
That's what I mean. Like, going on 8 years of Arma 3, and we're still getting new shit. I mean, and I saw Bohemian Interactive on Twitter. They're like, it was a PC gamer thing talking about like modding in video games and which one's the best. And Arma is a top contender. People were saying, oh, do modding, which to be fair is pretty fucking insane. Gary's modding, obviously. But yeah, Arma is definitely up there.
Arma's on the same level as Gary's modern Minecraft when it comes to modding. Without the mods, this game would be dead. Let's be perfectly frank.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Friday Night Fight in itself is all modded content.
It's modded and custom scripted. Well, no, there's been some vanilla stuff. There's been some vanilla stuff for the variety of it, for the sake of doing like Merkabas or something.
FIA versus AAF stuff on Altus.
Yeah, but that's nice. That's nice as a bit of a flavor.
Yeah, it's still all heavily scripted, which you could consider
custom,
modded because that's all custom to what people build. That's why I really love Arma. It's because
lest we forget DayZ. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this week I had a fucking Stargate op. We had a fucking Vietnam tunnel op. We had a fucking pirate ship op, and this was all yesterday. Well, no, the Stargate op was on Wednesday, but.
Felt like yesterday.
Like the past 48 hours, we literally went to like 3 different areas of where you can take Arma in itself. So.
It's really fucking good. But here we go on the map screen. Ooh, we've seen this specific island before. This northeast island on Isla
This
Ramia.
was a massive capture the flag operation.
Yes.
A few months ago, but
yes.
Look at where he's put all these flags in the U.S. flag. I think this is going to be one of those quote-unquote mini campaigns that Andy likes to do. So that should be really interesting.
Yes, so we do have Blue Force spawning on the west tip of the island, and this is a attack defense sector with the towns of Skelter and actually these two to the south don't have names, but a bit of a church residential area. If it's the place I'm thinking of, it's Serval. The sector name was covering it up, and then over to the west. Just from the map, I think Sector 3 is going to be pretty out in the open, but Sector 2 and Sector 1 should be a bit of a fight. Sector 2 has the caveat of the ridge to the southwest. That is going to really make it a difficult place to defend, unless if Green 4 is able to hold that themselves. But because that's on the safe start, they won't be able to really build that up as much as they will the town itself. Which team has Scandi? If that's still going, yes it is.
I don't know. Knowing
Scandi,
these areas...
Green 4 is on Scandi, or Scandi is on Green 4.
It's difficult to see where Green 4 is going to go for this one. They've actually got some really good choices.
Arcor is on Blue 4.
Blue 4...
James on Blue 4, Codex on Blue 4, Tessic and the Czechs are on Blue 4.
And with the closeness of these sectors, especially 3 and 2, it's going to be hard for Green 4 to play the clock here. Because if Blue 4 just overpowers and attacks Sector 3 with all their force, then Sector 2, then Sector 1, I think they'll be able to go back to back here.
Now, Blue 4 also...
Sometimes you see... Go ahead.
Well, Blue 4 also has the Wildcat, let's not forget. Green 4 has Iglas to counter it, but that Wildcat, if it were to go to the south and just at sea level, drop them off maybe by the Spokel's Ruin over by there, drop off a squad or so down there, that could be a good way to split the attack on those southern sectors, or maybe even go around to 0.52 all the way in the east, or those beaches over there, and maybe move up to Sector 1. Like, who knows? Oh, and don't forget, Leroy, you also have the mech op. We got off topic like that.
Well, that needs more refinement, in my opinion. That was just a test on Fallujah to see if people like it. I owe them another one, and I have another one in the works, but that's besides the point. Back to the AO here. Operation has started. Ooh, it's a 9-up.
It's a dark op, absolutely.
I'm going to check Blue 4 real quick, see if there's any night vision.
I don't think so, because usually we don't see that.
Oh my god.
So it's a night mission with no night vision.
With limited illumination, that just throws it on its head.
So yeah, that makes it a lot more... it makes it very different.
Oh god. What was Anderson thinking?
Well, it's not like it's impossible. I feel like,
They're gonna have to rely a lot more on illumination, in my opinion.
yeah. So so looking at the sectors really quick, let's take a look at the factions real quick, what we can. So
Alright.
Blue 4 is going to be
Your standard Marine
No.
group with 5.
No.
No, wait, you're right.
They have
G36s.
G36s,
It's
UK
British.
with G36s.
They've got
which-
British symbolism on their uniforms, but they're equipped with G36s.
I've seen that kind of before, but yeah, the G36 is not the standard rifle, but it is still 5.56 like you mentioned. They still
Yep.
have GLs with, I think those are technically M320s underslung, but very nice. I think I still saw an M249 somewhere. I'm trying to find them again, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be 5.56 mainly. And then yeah, they have a vanilla Wildcat helicopter with no pylons. It's going to be used for transport. They probably transport, I think, 8, like the Kasatka, if I remember correctly. My D key is just sticking for some reason. Or that's interesting.
So
Never
I'm
seen
gonna
that.
check real quick. Does Holton have a secondary pilot? Yes, he does. So that means they can use the camera on the Wildcat for recon. It probably has its thermals disabled, but even then,
Should.
it's still gonna be good for helping to check Blue 4's advances here, especially since this is gonna be a dark op.
Yes. I mean, we were just talking about Black Ops. This is a different kind of Black Op where you can't see shit.
So chat's asking me if they have flares, and the answer is yes. The Grenadiers are always equipped with flares, regardless if it's day or night. So we're probably going to
Yes.
see a lot of that utilized.
Grenadiers and team leads, squad leads. I don't think they really have a Grenadier per se, but the team leads and squad leads act as one. So
Dude,
sideways.
they've got 3 SOCOM boats.
Do they actually? I don't think that was listed on the
Yeah.
fucking thing. Yeah, they have.
It wasn't, but
What?
of course.
What? Okay, this is Anderson's fault. And, like, oh, that's funny. So yeah, those Mark 5 SOCOM boats have
SOCOM.
2 M2s, one on each side, an M134, and then a Mark 19. Mark 19 doesn't have any ammo, just like those Gaz Tigers with the AGS. They don't have any ammo, but still, those things can carry, I think, like 20 people, and then have like a bunch of people on the back. And they also have 6
So
ribs
real quick,
as well.
if you actually look, the moonlight's kind of taken over now. So it's on like a full moon now. I'm trying to look up to see if I can even.
I can't even see. No, I can't. I can't see the moon either. But it is definitely bright as far as
It's
that's
on the
concerned.
bright side for darkness, so it's going to
It's
be
on
an
the bright
interesting
side
op.
for
A lot more
darkness.
concealment in plays. Well, I mean, compared to what you can normally set on the
That's
night
true.
cycle
No,
for
you're
Arma
you're
3,
right.
Because by differentiating what time of night you put it on, and when I say that, I mean if you put it closer to when the full moon is out, you're going to get a brighter night like this one. If you put it closer
Can you
to
check something real
where
quick?
there is a new moon, where the moon is completely invisible, then it gets super fucking dark. And I will admit, for tomorrow's 4-hour multi-community op that I'm hosting, I'm more on the new moon because I want them to use the spotlights for seeing Viet Cong, but that's a massive digress. Just because Arma has a very varied way to do night ops. You can either do night ops when it's bright outside, or you can do night ops where it's pitch black outside. It's a shame though because the AI don't register it either way. So.
You can. There's a way to find a balance with spotting, but oh my god, that. Did you see that?
All I see right now is 6
The
or 7
Wildcat's
guys.
camera is a spotlight.
Nice.
I swear to God, I saw it light up for a second. I don't think I'm hallucinating, but I don't know.
Sorry,
I've
too
never had
busy
this whiskey
watching
before.
these guys butt crawl around the for sale sign, and Lolo is praying to his deity.
I mean, it is round 3. Any kind of cohesion and seriousness has gone out the window. Someone, the chem light has finally gone out though, so they are very much in the dark. Their god has left them. Not satisfied with the ritual, they have left them. Blue 4 is now doomed to lose.
Yeah, so it was a high chem light that was put on the top of that rock. Those things only last for 5 minutes, which is why it disappeared, and we still have 5 minutes 21 seconds left on safe start. So it was indeed a high. You know
Sounds
the
good, Chibi.
ultra orange chem lights?
Yeah,
Those
high,
only-
ultra high, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The was it the light that light that shines twice as bright burns out twice as fast?
Yeah.
Something like that.
All right. Well, otherwise, Blue 4 is mainly G36Ks,
Yes.
standard 556, assaulting as a British faction, according
Yes.
to the decals.
Real
on
quick,
their
as they're starting to move
uniforms.
out, Green 4 are looking like they're using CDF camos, and they're also using 6.5 Katiba bullpups, using Ural trucks and transport Humvees. Yeah, they
Are
have
they
the 6.
Chinese based?
No, they're CDF based. Fred almost.
6.5 Katibas. Interesting call by the mission maker.
Yeah. So.
Henderson definitely pulling a weird one tonight.
Yeah, a little interesting. It's still essentially not a little bit more punchier than the 5.56, but it's gonna be that same kind of intermediate cartridge that we're gonna be seeing. But that's about it. I'm assuming since they're all in vehicles now, I can't exactly look at them, but the machine gunners are probably gonna be using PKMs. If I had to guess, maybe maybe M249s, but we'll see later once they all get dismounted. Looking at the sectors, Sector 1 in the town of Skelter is going to be this church on the hill. I think these structures are from Altus, but this church on the hill, this little plateau up here, the sector actually extends down to the side of the hill, right where Foika is on the side, so they could, in theory, not even go to the top of the plateau and capture it.
Real quick,
Go
just
ahead.
to state for the record how the sectors work is as long as Green
Bart
4
Wicks, thank
has
you for the
someone
follow.
that is up and active in the sector, not knocked unconscious, but actually physically up, the attacking faction cannot capture the sector. Once all of the resistance has been either knocked unconscious or killed off, then the attacking faction can capture the sector. Continue.
Yep. So they're setting up here. We do have a bunch of lights illuminating the area to a degree. It is starting to get brighter, I'm noticing. So maybe the sun's going to start coming up. Maybe since that's what it is, since we're not seeing that moon, we're going to see the sun come up. But yeah, so they actually sent pretty much everyone here. It looks like they're doing all eggs in one basket here at Skelter, which does make some sense. I don't even know if we should even cover sectors 2 and 3.
Real quick, Juckers is the guy with the Igla.
No,
that's
Cam,
part of
the
Charlie
webcam was
2, and
breaking
that
today, Infidel.
lighthouse is
It broke.
providing a
I couldn't
good
get it back up in
amount of
time.
lighting here.
So
For
I'm
this
going to try and
AO.
fix it
What
for
worries me,
NA,
though,
and if I can't fix it
is
for NA, I'll try and
Blue
fix it
4
for
does
tomorrow.
have those
But
3 SOCOM boats, and if
yeah.
they decide to use them, that could give
Trust
them
me,
a
I'm
really
as
nice
disappointed as you are.
advantage in attacking
I love doing that.
Sector 1, but you're right, they are doing an all eggs in one basket approach to just holding Sector 1, which it's unlikely to work, but hey, we'll see what happens.
I mean, as for the choice of sector, I think this is the best chance for them. It's the biggest area, biggest city of the 3. Next best would be the town of Serval at Sector 2, and then by proxy Sector 3 holding those 2. But having this bit more unified defense up here at the first sector, in addition to the lighthouse also kind of giving them some periodical illumination of the entire area, that might actually help turn things in their favor. That's an interesting dynamic I hadn't really thought about until now. That could cause some issues for an attacking force trying to stay stealthy. But yeah, that does obviously leave sectors 2 and 3 open. If the Wildcat goes south, well, the rest of the infantry goes like to the east. Actually, we still have 5 minutes, but no one is getting in any of the boats.
Well, I mean, if you're Blue 4 and you don't, and if you see this AO, I wouldn't
no
expect
problem,
them
McCarthy.
to predict that Green 4 is doing an all eggs in one basket approach.
Yeah, no,
especially
do you want us to be
considering
tied up,
sectors
Infidel?
3 and 2 are really
You managed to clap command
good
the back of the
areas.
head.
I mean, Sector
Nice.
2 has
Yeah, you did pretty
office
good.
building and
You did pretty good,
multiple,
Infidel, over those 2 rounds.
What are these called? Apartment complexes for the defending faction to hold a lot of forces in. If I was on Blue 4 command, I wouldn't expect Green 4 to do an all eggs in one basket approach on the sector right next to the water. So maybe we'll see.
Well,
Blue
then
4 change their
again, I don't
strategy,
think
but
those boats weren't really called out. It was just the Wildcat that was listed in the assets for Blue 4, so they shouldn't
maybe
expect.
they're disabled. I don't know. It's a possibility.
Maybe, but the way that they're set up, the ribs right along the beach, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I mean, that is really their only transport. They don't have any cars either, do they?
Yeah, they don't. It's just on foot or by the aircraft.
Oh man. Yeah, it looks like Extra is going back for Green 4, checking spawn, I think. Maybe making sure that no one got left behind. Or setting a bit of a forward recon position. But yeah, they're going to be... We've seen Theki and Gloopin. They're starting to build stuff up on the western edge of Skelter itself. They're building some trenches in the sector on top of the hill. We're seeing Scandi, Tau guys, Monahan, Short, Omega, Aqua, building some defenses up at the lighthouse. So they are really trying to make some hard points to really clear this out. But yeah, it's going to be just that sector on the church, or at the church on the plateau. That's going to be the actual capture zone. Anything outside of that isn't going to matter nearly as much. I don't know. I'm excited to see how this unfolds, but I'm also anxious.
I think this round's gonna end
there it is.
Early
There's a spotlight. I knew I wasn't. I knew I wasn't going crazy. Yeah.
What you mean from the lighthouse?
No. The Wildcat. It has a spotlight. The camera is a spotlight.
Gotcha.
Oh man, that is cool.
Do you mind if I? Yeah, wow, you're right. That is a very powerful spotlight on that camera. Interesting.
Yeah. I wonder if it's still like an actual camera, or if it's just like it's limited now because of the spotlight. But you were saying.
Do you mind if I mute myself for a few minutes? I need to make a very important phone call.
Sure. I'll carry it.
Thank you. All right.
All right. So yeah, we still have about 2.5 minutes and change before the round actually starts. But I'm very excited to see what happens. Dryden actually getting into the tower itself, and yeah, as things start to really get underway, Fisher has a truck with 3 people in it, looking like he might go south, or maybe just hold this pass here on the southeast side of Skelter. Pats gets out, and we'll check back in on that. As Layden, Vlad, Ashwell, and Misu, all these guys here on the docks setting up a bit here, they might have said in brief that there are boats, because they are preparing a bit of seaside defenses over here, so that could be the case as well. Interesting.
I apologize for that, Barb. I am drunk, which means I am very weak.
You had one glass. Did you just call?
No, I drank the entire pitcher of Stoli Dolly, but I am trying
that
to
quick?
ask Bloodwayne. Yeah, that fucking quick, man. I'm fucking thirsty. But anyway, I'm trying to see if Bloodwayne wants to come with me. We have this really cool Korean barbecue place we both love called Kogia.
Oh, God.
And it's open till 2 a.m. Eastern
Oh,
Standard
God.
Time. And it's they have this really cool meat platter for 2 where they give you like everything for only $60, and it is delicious. But because they're open till 2 a.m. and they also have our favorite soju, we just love to go there, and that's what got us through college. So I'm just asking her because I apparently pissed her off earlier today.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I sent her a bunch of properties in Hawaii because we want to buy a house in a few months, but we'd have to get a mortgage. So I sent her a big list of really cheap properties in Hawaii for like less than half our budget to say, hey, maybe as a joke, would you be curious in this, and I could stream from Hawaii instead. But
I don't think you'd like that, because I think Hawaii has some really insane taxes, so I don't think you'd like that.
Actually, no, I looked into it as a joke, and it's not as bad as you would think, but, I could stream from the beach. And
yes, but then you'd have to show your body, and no one wants to see that.
I don't care. Dude, I'd buff up. 6 months.
6
Back
months.
when I was in middle school.
You sound like me.
Bro, I will fucking buff up for this stream if they ask me to.
Bro,
right?
you're looking like a tub of Play-Doh. You can't buff up a tub of
Fuck
Play-Doh,
you.
my guy.
Bro, I would buff up just so I could fish off the fucking ocean, man. Easily. Easily. Mission has begun. Let's see what Blue 4 does.
Jesus, I thought I heard your voice slurring. I was just thinking maybe you got a little tired, but no, you just got fucking sloshed in about half a second.
Damn right.
How much was that pitcher? How was? You were saying you didn't want to deal with me drunk, so you're gonna have to make me deal with your drunk ass.
No, that's why I asked Bloodwayne if she wanted to go out so she could deal with my drunk ass. But anyway, the Hellcat just.
We still have NA.
What about NA? Oh,
God damn.
I'm taking her after. It's okay.
After? That's gonna end at like midnight.
Igla going out.
Oh, already?
Flared off, though, because they were fighting a perpendicular.
Yep.
What that means is you see the missile trail right here. They were able to
The
flare off, so
missile.
the missile just continued.
The Michelin man said hello and goodbye. Second one's coming out, flaring preemptively, trying to avoid the lock to begin with.
The Igla gunner gets 2 missiles, and the assistant gets 2 missiles. So that's still 3 more missiles to use against that Igla gunner, but he is flying way off the goddamn reservation.
Damn,
and
yeah.
It's just him. Everyone else is on foot. And they're actually pushing down
Yeah, you're right,
the southern
Infidel.
side of sectors 2 and 3. There's only a 4-man force, part of X-Ray, which is the recon team, with that marksman rifle in between these 2 groups as they move in. So what I think we're going to see is the northern pincer for Blue 4 is going to move up. See that Sector 1 is heavily fortified as the southern pincer, which actually appears to be the strong pincer with the amount of forces going with it. They're going to be able to quickly take Sector 3 and 2, and we're going to see a firefight in Sector 1. I don't think this round is going to go past 40 minutes. 4-0.
Which is good for us, because then we don't have to deal with your drunk ass for long. And I agree with Infidel, the best way to deal with it is to be drunk myself. So I'm going to go pour myself some more whiskey real quick before X-Ray engages Vonk and Armor Jesus and the rest of them down there to their north.
They don't really have any eyes, but Blue 4 is trying to maneuver over. Actually, that's the wrong Blue 4 force moving in, but Green 4 is still maneuvering with their X-ray element. Who has the marksman rifle here is a very important question. It's aim at the stars, and
I've been drinking a little bit. Oh my god, Ems, please no.
Rifle, and he is getting eyes on majority of Blue 4 force coming in.
And so he should be able to see the amount of guys there.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. No, who are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the guys there.
Stars with the marksman rifle.
Yeah, well, you're forgetting the guys to their north, which is another squad and a half or so. Oh god, now that I've said that, everyone's telling me to drink.
To the northern sector, though,
all right.
So they're not going to try and check out this position. But and with the stars pulling out his Vector 21 Knight, trying to ascertain how many Blue 4 forces are pushing. He's only seen half of them move up, though. He doesn't even know about the second half.
Unhydrate. Thank you, Fork. So yeah, they've spotted this main force. They're heading towards Sector 3. That's gonna be a bit of a, well, what's the word even? It's not quite a misplay, but it's a false sense of security because they don't know. Actually, no. Twig King and Wuna have turned around. Do they see these guys? Yes, because I think they're skylining, so they do see these guys as well. Yeah, Twig King is looking right at them. So now they've spotted that Bravo group, so they will be able to get that information across. And yeah, they just passed completely right by him. Ooh. All right, that's another.
I get the all eggs in one basket approach by Green 4, but I think they're gonna get.
Guys, please, this is good whiskey. I don't want to just chug this, please. Although
yes,
I do also want to get drunk.
Spotted both of these groups moving in, but
drink some more water.
Just with the sheer amount of AO and the sheer amount of time that's going to be left over after Blue 4 takes Sector 3 and Sector 2, and wises up to the fact that Green 4 is doing an all eggs in one basket approach on Sector 1 after taking 3 and 2, I think we're just going to see some overpowering. Green 4 opening up, knocking out Coda.
Coda, yep, goes down faster than you do.
That was aimed at the balls, but there is some return fire coming from Arma Jesus and Legal Action.
And about everyone fucking else. That's just a lot of suppressing fire, and they are very much suppressed. Aim of the Star is actually getting crippled, trying to fall back, roll back actually.
And you got Keaton, Mike, and Flux quickly trying
and
to
on the other side of the hill, Firefighter also opening up on Twig King and Wuna. So yeah, they really should have held their trigger more.
But the Star's actually getting picked off. That was the marksman.
I don't know about picked off. It was more like he went down like it's a goddamn 80s action movie. But still.
So a little bit of a delay, 1 or 2 minutes max.
Chug beer. I don't have chug beer.
Be enough, though.
See, if you forget that I don't live on my own, I should.
Fire superior.
I want to get a fucking like little mini fridge for like right here. Oh, I could store like I could chill all my like whiskey and beer and stuff. Oh, that'd be so good.
Of this ridge, I think they're gonna catch Twig and Wuna out of position here.
We need to be careful because we might see some friendly fire as well as Anderson, Lolo, King, and Flex start to move up onto this ridge as well. Wuna and Mike coming so close to each other, but just turning the other way. It's like a rom-com. What could have been, what should have been, but it wasn't.
The rest of X-Ray pushing off of this position.
Kegerator? What the hell's a kegerator, alcoholic? Do I want it?
Oh, but another member of X-Ray getting spotted by King and taken off. King
that was war.
Why he is named King.
Ooh.
Explosive Satchel going off on Blue 4.
Did that take someone out?
That knocked someone unconscious.
I'm checking the roster, but I'm not seeing any stars even. No stars, no... Bedekovic. But he wasn't near that satchel. He was over... elsewhere.
Blue Force blue on bluing. Vonk is firing
called
on
it.
Brennan, and Brennan's firing back.
Yep, this is, at the very least, this is what X-Ray was able to sell because of the darkness. We do also have some overshoots as well coming in from Green for Bravo over the heads of Money, Schnuffles, Clown, and the rest of them, and hitting towards Anderson and Shireen, Lolo, and the rest of them. Ray's nephew? Jesus. Keg stands is how I've met lifelong friends. If I could meet someone who could help me do a keg stand, I'm sure that they'd be my friend as well.
They've got a nice battle line here.
I'm a heavy guy.
Nope, they're still blue on bluing. See, here's the thing about blue on blue and Friday Night Fights. You have C-Tab, not even C-Tab, it's
Blue Force Tracker,
but it's even better.
Because you see the individuals.
Where everyone is actively on your map, and even shows when they're unconscious. So Blue 4 really needs to be checking their maps right now to make sure they're not doing any massive blue on blue. But I do really like Green 4, doing a massive amount of suppression action on where UPSC's guys are. And they are returning fire, but this is a really nice range.
Oh, that's a shame.
Engagement.
Hoka Fujiwara. Thank you very much for the follow.
Meanwhile, you have those two Green 4 guys from X-Ray running into the spawn.
There's Sector 3.
Sector 3 captured by Bassbeard as he was running through the
fuck. That Bassbeard of all people.
Real quick, we have Holton deployed all the way over to the eastern side on his own.
And we have X-Ray actually back towards Blue Force spawn, so almost like a yin-yang situation here. But yeah, how the fuck did Holton get over here? He's part of... he was the co-pilot. He was the co-pilot. He's got an MP7.
He's going to now try, I guess, to do recon on Sector 1 and realize that that's where the...
Well, yeah, it's because think of how much beer's in a fucking keg,
now the question's going to become, how is Drake, the platoon leader for Blue... company commander for Blue 4, because there's two platoons, Rest leading Platoon 1 and Grav leading Platoon 2, but how are they going to adjust to taking Sector 1, realizing it's an all eggs in one basket approach?
You mean 3.
What do you mean?
Sector 3, you said Sector 1.
Yes, it's Sector 1 that Green Force defending in the all eggs in one basket approach.
But you said they took Sector 1, but they took Sector 3.
Okay, that is my bad then. They did take Sector 3.
It's because you're drunk. You shouldn't drink. You should know that. You should learn this from me. From me, motherfucker.
Shut up.
Okay, fake me.
What's that doesn't care about your opinion, and neither do I. But let's continue.
Wow. Comparing yourself to what's that? That's a stretch and a half.
We'll tell you to shut the fuck up when you need it, right?
Oh, but you tell it to me in such a sexy way.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, steady.
God damn it. Anyway, Blue 4 starting to maneuver their groups up, engage in long range between some of Green 4's groups.
Not enough beer in a keg. That's pretty good. That's a good way to look at it.
It's been less than 10 minutes since the start of this round. Again, these are 50-minute rounds. So, again, I think Blue 4 is going to have a lot of room to maneuver up here. And Holton is literally sprinting over this Sector 2 to check it out. I think he's going to be able to cap it before Blue 4 gets their forces in, because they're starting to do a pincer maneuver of sending a force down south to try to check on Server 2. So with Holton capping that early, that's going to make Blue 4 unify their push here and attack on the southern side and overpower Green 4's force. But it's going to heavily rely on the PvP here.
Yeah, no, Holton is literally just running down the street. He knows that no one's here. He hasn't seen any activity, and as soon as he gets in, I think that is going to be really undo Green 4's defense. They have been setting up looking south. We have Olaf, Pads, Fisher, and Bacon looking south over at point 3-5. So they've kind of planned for this a little bit. but it's going to allow Blue 4 to bring the hammer down onto Sector 1 a lot faster and a lot heavier than if they were to take this time to go up the ridge. And as he goes into the sector, yep, and so immediately they're going to go, wait, what the fuck? What? Huh? Oh, it's always in one pass.
Blue 4's force actually pursued X-Ray. You got Flux and Kane sprinting after Tao.
Oh my god!
And Wuna, they destroyed one of the boats that Twinking was. Oh, never mind. That was just the waves going in on the boat.
I don't know. Wuna's trying. I think you were right. I think these were props because they weren't able to get in any of them. And I think that one just floated out a little bit. Twinking is trying to get into one, but yeah, King is going to find them. I think their best bet is to surrender and play the meme out. Well, not anymore.
Getting the tap.
tap into his dome. Wuna needs to hide under the boat like Jack Sparrow in the first Pirates movie and just come up for air when they need to. Oh man.
I am happy that Blue Force sent a force back to make sure that all these guys were properly tapped.
Yeah, that is good. Oh, but call. King did spot Wuna. Yep. Yeah. And he's like, hi. He puts his gun down. He's like, yeah. Hi. How do you want to do this?
Locally saying you can't win, buddy. I'm sorry.
He has the high ground, technically speaking.
I'm gonna have to put you down.
Ooh, low and far. Wuna ducks down beneath the water. Good call. If Wuna can get behind one of the
water though, not sure if that was a hit.
I don't know. But now King getting to the edge of the water. Oh, he's actually doing something kind of smart. He's getting to the edge of the water to try and limit the angle of approach of the bullet, if that makes sense. So it's less chance of a ricochet off the surface of the water and greater chance to hit.
Yeah, so that way it's flat across the water.
Exactly.
Jail coming up on Wuna.
Not really in M's.
And all
1,000-pound Glenfiddich going around every able-bodied person awake while we have the chat. Hell yes.
Knowing that they've taken the other two sectors.
That's a good way to do things.
Obviously, is holding its defenses around Sector 1. Wuna now hiding under the.
I do it for the flavor and the feeling.
Boat.
So that Blue 4 force of Echo 1, Delta, Platoon 2, all of them, they've just kind of continued on their route. They're now coming in on the south side of Serval. And they're probably just going to continue their route going north. And while we have this lull in the action, I'm actually going to take a bathroom break.
Yep.
So
have fun. I will cover for your stream. So
yes, I will have fun going to the bathroom.
Flux and Pointman. He's quickly coming up to grab some air. Just took a headshot though, and I think that was Pointman that took him out. Let's confirm and see who got him. Checking Flux. He is on 0. Pointman on 1 kill. So that was indeed Pointman. So that is Green 4 X-Ray completely knocked out. Now we're just going to have to see Blue 4 make this unified battle line and attack Sector 1. And that is going to be it. Green 4 is going to really have to hold on that PvP element because they do not have the clock working for them. There's only been about less than 15 minutes so far in the 50-minute round called. So Blue 4 has about... They can spend 5 minutes maneuvering and still hit the remaining sector and pretty much last the fight here. So, yeah, that's going to be it. Meanwhile, while Blue 4 maneuvers, I'm going to take Ludwig Nikogia. We're going to get some soju. We're going to get the beef combo for 2. And we are going to enjoy ourselves because I'm going to be a good boo, pay for the whole thing, and we're going to have fun. Because we haven't been to Kogi in a little while. But anyway, shots are raining out. That is Green 4 Bravo firing on Blue 4 X-Ray here. I don't think there was any fatalities there as Blue 4 is still repositioning. But good eyes on Green 4 Bravo as they were able to spot X-Ray out of position here. Though I am seeing some blood, which means they did take a few shots. While I would bet Blue 4 was on those ridges firing back at the tracers that Bravo was pulling out originally. Now we play the waiting game. Green 4's done a really good job. They're trying to send forces out to form a good L-shaped defensive line to stop Blue 4's encroach. And hopefully stall it out so Green 4 can get the most amount of time from the sector. I also find it interesting that Cheese has swam over to this little island. And I guess he's going to hold here in case Blue 4 tries to land a force over on this island so we can tap the helicopter as it comes in. But Interesting strategy there. Either way, it's Blue 4's game to win at this point with how they're deploying right here. We got this massive force now coming north from taking, or at least coming around Sector 3 that was taken by Hoda. Excuse me, Holton, but Holton's actually gotten back in the vehicle, the aircraft. He was landed and picked up. And actually, we're seeing a force mount up in the Blue 4 helicopter. That is Bravo 1. Kane Armage's appointment. Some of the best players on the server, they're going to get redeployed via helicopter.
Good for them.
Angle, so that'll be interesting to see. But otherwise, Bravo for Green 4, raining out shots, firing on Bravo 2, Charlie 2, and Platoon
Mine will sneak up and fuck you up. Damn right. So will Mead.
And we also have someone
Mead
that's
will really
run
fuck you up.
That's Magnus. He's firing grenades up on this hill. Just make sure Blue 4 hasn't pushed it yet, but it's a little premature, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm gonna bet you 20 bucks that helicopter is gonna try a thunder run on the northern side. We do have Yanni over here. What is Yanni? He is a squad.
By thunder run, do you mean like a hot drop? Because that's all.
They're gonna do a hot drop, yeah. That, or they're gonna deploy over the water on the northern side and have that group swim in.
But he makes matches of meat every time we pay for. Ooh.
Players in the helicopter. That's a very big risk.
Brew forever? What do you mean?
I could see them deploying somewhere else because the Igla, even if it hits the helicopter, it's not going to immediately destroy it.
Now, what we got to keep track of is who was the Igla gunner? Is it Ash? No. It would be. Ooh. I think it was Juckers, and Juckers actually got killed. So who is it now?
Yep.
I'm scrolling through them, but I'm not seeing the Igla yet. Oh, Smith has it. Jay Smith has it with 4IB, and I think he took the backpack as well, so they do have it still up, but probably, I mean, I don't know how many missiles left.
Some of these guys got picked off early on by long-range fire from the machine gun, so really good on Blue 4 for getting some of those early kills on. And I already see in Foxtrot, too, someone was unconscious and killed off.
Hey, Nerdy Hydra. How you doing, buddy?
Really good marksmanship by Blue 4. That's just going to keep biting Green 4 in the ass as Blue 4 makes this approach. I think this is going to be done in 20 minutes tops.
I think so. I mean, they're holding a good defense. We've seen Delta 2 start to fall back. Magnus might get a good kill on Bedekovic and Valenti up here, but he's actually doesn't even know that they're here. He's looking at off with his binocs up at the group of Bravo 2 and Charlie 2 up there. But I don't think he realizes that Bedekovic is spitting distance away from him, along with Valenti and Dog 4.
I gotta commend Magnus here. He's on the westmost flank for Green 4. He has his binos out, but Blue 4 is literally on top of his position.
That's literally what I was just talking about. I was hyping it up as well, but yes, he is. They're spitting distance away from each other. Rocket goes out.
Green 4 landed on the mini island that Cheese was on, and Cheese is now dead.
Oof. SCP Watcher, thank you for the follow.
So I guess he got overpowered there. I'm trying to check here.
4-on-1.
Cheese did eliminate Point Man, and as he was landing. Also, the chopper's down.
Is it down? The
pilot and the co-pilot are dead. Yep. So it landed here. Cheese was able to get a kill off the chopper. But looking at the roster, I'm seeing more smoke starting to form on Green 4 than Blue 4, and that's not good because Blue 4 has that numbers advantage.
Interesting. Who was it? Was it Cheese, you said?
Yeah, Cheese was on that small island holding against the chopper rush. He was able to take it out, but traded his life for taking the chopper out. The pilot, the co-pilot, and a member of the Blue 4 group, which was Pointman, who disconnects.
Did I just crash from the server as well?
No, everything just stopped. There's a desync spike going on.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn.
Oh, people are moving again?
Give it a second.
But the problem is that... So, we were talking about this in TMTM the other night, last night, because of the long-standing issues that TMTM have been having. Essentially what happens with the desync is that the server... it has too much information to process, so it takes longer to process the information.
Yep.
It almost creates like a positive feedback loop where the more time that it desyncs, the more information has to pile up and pile up and pile up and process.
Yeah.
And that's why we tell people not to move, not to even look around when desync starts happening, because that just
Yellow
adds more
chain.
information.
Oh, it's back.
Is it back? I'm still yellow chain for me. We'll see. What I'm afraid to see is if a lot of people get kicked off because of the server performance
Red
stuff.
chain.
Red chain? I'm still on yellow.
15 seconds.
Oh no, really? Is this how it ends? Not with a bang, but with a whimper?
This is the end.
Oh, yeah, I got the red chain
Little
too.
friend.
Oh man.
The end. My only friend. The
Motherfucker.
end of our
Well, time to drink the rest of my
elaborate
whiskey, because
plan.
fuck me.
Alright, I'm gonna mute myself real quick, do my outro.
Same. Oh man. No, Watcher, you're good. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Oh, I didn't even have the fucking mic on that scene. Interesting. Yeah, no, that's gonna be the end of that. Jesus, that's unfortunate. I was excited to see how that wrapped up, but no. The server's just fucking dead. It was them saying that he's leaving. Oof. Ems, why'd you have to say that, my buddy? My friend. Gamble will be reset? Yes, I will reset that real quick. Delete and return points. Because that, obviously, was out of y'all's hands, but that's gonna be it. I will be back in about an hour and a half for NA, but until then, let us see who we can go raid. Let's see. Emzakov is also playing Friday Night Fights. Malin, Moosehead. Let's do Scotch. I haven't seen. Yes, 1.5 hours to NA. Time to hit the store for booze. Ooh, let me know what you get, alcoholic. I would love to see what you get. But for now, let's go raid Scotch Carb. Our like 8th favorite resident Aussie. Yeah. He's okay. He's up there. He's all right about it. But yeah, go say hi to him. Yeah, and I'll be back in 1.5 hours at a little past 8 p.m. Eastern. But I'll see you then. Yeah, Scotch Carb. Yeah, that's what I said, Infidel. But yeah, bye. See y'all then. Bye bye.